All right, good night, everybody, and welcome to Comics Asylum Live. We're gonna have a banger of a show tonight, and wishing anyone who is in the GTA or Ontario who's traveling, if they didn't have a day off due to the weather, safe travels because it was a menace weather-wise today for sure. I'd like to welcome JMan, Sean, Wilson, and Vaughn to the Asylum. We're going to be talking about comic book creator rights, and then also have that bleed into other IPs and other genres, so like film and television and stuff like that. So, without further ado, how is everybody? And we'll start at the bottom with Vaughn.
You got to unmute, Vaughn.
You're still on mute, man.
Sorry about that. No, I was saying outside of the weather, I'm doing good.
That's good. I know how treacherous it can be in Hamilton with all the different elevations. So it's good to know that you're good. And how about Wilson? How you doing?
Yeah, other than recovering from some sickness, I'm pretty good. Anyone else spend like 3 hours shoveling today?
No. Luckily, I live in a townhouse complex, so
all right.
I've got like steps. So my neighbor did it, and then I just did the other half, so it's all good.
I'm on 22nd floor.
Oh,
so I knew it was snowing like half an hour before anybody else. I was like, well, it looks like it's gonna be pretty bad coming.
You would have seen everything, right? Yeah. And how about you, Sean? How's everything?
Oh, I shoveled the 3 hours, yes, and getting ready to shovel my parents' driveway tomorrow, which I'm sure will be frozen over a bit, so be fun.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I hear that. And the dreaded, like I used to live in a house, and the thing I hated the most was after you'd shovel, then the plow would come by and then everything right at the back of the base of your driveway. And then it's the heaviest damn thing to lift, right? That's when you're getting a heart attack for sure.
Yeah, when that dam freezes, then you're screwed. It's like I have a few heavy shovels, like just made of metal, and I'll cut through it like that. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Legion says, I'm not in the GTA or Ontario, but I wish myself safe travels since no one else did. We're wishing you safe travels, Legion, for sure. And 22nd floor, you live in a literal skyscraper.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You're is it as tall as the Outlook that that Brave Star's uncle lives in?
I don't know, but yeah, we're doing that in a couple of weeks. We're doing in humanoids on Saturday, but yeah, I don't know. It's pretty tall. He can look out and like
she's
rolled over everybody.
For sure. So we're going to dive right into it, and we're going to take a look at creator rights. We're all fans of movies and comics and video games and all that stuff. And so the characters that we love that drive all of these stories are pretty iconic, and I would say are modern mythology. And because it's all big business, it comes down to a lot of times who owns it, who creates it. And I don't think there's much distinction between when a company owns a character. Let's just say Green Arrow. It comes down to what compensation would a creator get, and then who are those creators. And I know with the movies coming out since the late 90s into the 2000s and to what we're getting now with Doomsday, the Avengers movies, you get a lot of like the last bit of credits where creators are getting their due. At least now you know about them. And the compensation can be different. I was reading on social media that there was no compensation for some creators in the Marvel films, but they got acknowledgement. And then in like the DC films, someone created a town and was rewarded handsomely for it. So that was used in the movies. So the different kinds of compensation that you get, like anything else, is based on the kind of movies and contracts that these things are going to be in. So my question is, and this is, we came up with this one, J-Man, got to give you mad props for this one. When you and Sean and I were talking on our last one, I think it was an FF stream, we got into a pretty big conversation about creator rights. And I think Wolverine came up. Obviously, we do FF. So what Stan's contribution versus Jack's? And same with Spider-Man. Is it Ditko? Is it more Ditko than Stan? But since we were kids, we see it more as Stan because he was the frontman, the pitch person.
Mm-hmm.
And usually what you get, and it might just be my recollection, and Vaughn, you can probably dig in here, Sean and J-Man as well too. The artists until kind of like Neil Adams in the 90s came about. They were more, how do you say it? They weren't as bombastic and in front of the parade as say some of the writers were. Because like when you think of like the 80s, it was like Alan Moore, Neil Gaiman.
You're cutting out a little bit, Steve, with your mic.
How about now? Better?
Yeah, that was better. Yeah, that's better. So you're saying like the artists weren't as known until
At the front. They weren't at the front of the parade as much as like say the writers would be.
Okay, right. Yeah, Alan Moore. Okay, yeah, that's what
Alan Moore
yeah.
and Frank Miller, even though he drew, right? Yeah. He got more of the he got more riz out of the whole thing based on his writing as opposed to the drawing. And it wasn't until Image that the artist then it was like the dawn of artists.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll get into Wolverine in a bit, but what are your takes on it? And we'll start with Sean. What are your takes in terms of ownership? And create and who gets creative? Is it the writer? Is it the artist? Like, how does it go about? Because the Wolverine instance is a very interesting one, and we'll look at it.
Mm-hmm. Well, so you're talking about comics then, right? So, for comics, of course, it's all over the place because comics, especially the nature of like Marvel and DC, the biggest is that you're doing continuous stories. And you need like continuity of like different writers and stuff, and different writers bring different things. Like Wolverine, for example, like Hulk 180 and Hulk 181 is not the Wolverine because his blades come from the glove, and like I don't know if the healing factor's there. I can't remember.
No, not yet.
It's not even the personality, and then someone else comes in and he's the scrappy, dude with the cigar and all that stuff. It's the same thing. Like that's the argument about Deadpool, that the whole Merc with the mouth thing is more developed later. But yeah, that's the problem with comics, in that like you can say it like Len Wein is one of the creators of Wolverine. Without that, you don't get the Wolverine that you like. But if you like a particular take on the character, or even like Frank Miller's Daredevil is totally not Daredevil 1. He should get credit for that story and that take, but like that character isn't his. It's murky with comics. It's like how many eras of Superman are there? It's like Kurt Swan isn't the original artist of Superman, right? But a lot of credit should be given to him to like in terms of introducing the character to people, so yeah, I don't know. In terms of like paying them for a take of something, like I remember like what was it, Ed Brubaker was mad that like a lot of his takes and stories in MCU were not yes he wasn't being compensated for all of the takes they were giving to Captain America that he was claiming to be his, but those were Marvel stories, even though he wrote them, right? Should he be compensated? Sure, but like in terms of like in the legal landscape, I think it's firmly established now that anything that you do, the company is the author, right? So it's hard. I know
the owner.
It's isn't it the author though too? Is that not what was? I'm
not quite sure on the legalese of it, because I know Brubaker, Ed Brubaker was quite, he wasn't quite happy with the fact that a lot of his storylines in the Winter Soldier, like he's like, okay, you're using these for the films, but these are from my run, kind of thing. And so my question is, and I'm just going to leave this open and anyone can jump in whenever they want. When does it go from work for hire, and then does the compensation then move past that? If you get the story credit, that's one thing, but then does that also then mean that you should get like points on the film? And we'll talk to Wilson, because Wilson he's pretty well versed in the film world. But anyone can jump in whenever they want.
It's contracts, though, Mark from Legion.
Yeah, isn't it just negotiation?
It's whatever it is. Like
it's
Rob Liefeld. Yeah. Anytime they do anything with Deadpool, he gets money. So go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, the whole Bill Mantlo thing. Was there not like a special arrangement made when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, where he gets a lot of money from merchandising or something like that for Rocket Raccoon. But that's an individually made arrangement and not necessarily something that's just like owed to him.
No, okay, what about Bill Finger, which is the best example? Because you have Bob Kane walking around and he has a picture of red suit, whatever, no mask, any of that. And he's like, it's like, oh, Bill, what do you think about this character? Well, Bob, why don't you do this and that and all this kind of stuff, right? So now who created Batman? Well, Bob Kane created Batman. He called him Batman, right? Like I use the Terminator method. The Terminator is sent back through time. You can pick the T-800 or T-1000, whichever one you want. One of them is sent back through time and they murder Bill Finger before he's able to talk to Bob Kane. You don't have the Batman that we have. Period. Just like Deadpool, Rob Liefeld didn't do breaking the fourth wall. This other guy did. Rob Liefeld acknowledges that. Yeah, but if you kill Rob Liefeld, there's no Deadpool to then later have him break the fourth wall. He's not there. Or you kill Bill Finger and you get Bob Kane's garbage Batman, which is not the Batman that we love. So that's it. Like, there's the moral sense, then there's the contract. The contract is Bill Finger was walking around under the you're a gopher, we need you to draw a couple of things over here. Maybe you can embellish this over here. Maybe you can ink this shit over here. Here, do something with this page. Bill, come over here. What do you think about this Batman character? It looks like trash, Bob. Like, put horns on the guy or something. Like, it looks shit. Oh, okay. I'll put the ears on him. Yeah, dude, make it pointy. Put a symbol, man. Like, what is this? Like, Superman's got a symbol. What's your guy's? A fucking red chest. Like, let's do something. Okay, I'll put a bat symbol. Okay. I mean, that's Batman, but Bob's like, thanks for your input, Bill. Have a nice day. And I'm going to run with your thing. And my contract is I made this character. That's it.
Yeah. Hindsight's one of those ones that's a kind of a hard place to play, because I think, as much as I don't like him myself personally, I think the biggest advocate for that is kind of the loudest guy that kind of started all this stuff with the creative rights, which is Rob. Rob and Todd are the guys that kind of came out of it and said, no matter what I do, I have a piece of this, right? To a certain degree, right? To think that he's getting credit for Cable and some of these other characters that were in, he created them, but I mean, they're not what they were. Some of them weren't what they were intended to be in the end. But he was the loudest one to the table to say that this is my creation. I should get something from this, and that's kind of stemmed. Now Ed has done a lot for Marvel, and it's unfortunate that he's not been compensated. But Ed started at a time where he's a little bit late to the game, and the noise of what he was creating wasn't as loud as Rob, right? If you had somebody like Rob or Todd, and you were in that era, if Ed was creating content around Marvel that was getting that much noise, he could dictate what he wanted to do. If you notice, all the guys that are getting the most play and still own and have rights from the characters are the loudest guys, whether it be Frank Miller, Rob Liefeld, Todd, all those guys. Those are the guys that are getting getting the recognition. The other guys are a little bit different, the older guys, but that's a bygone of history in some ways, right?
But I think it was Legion that said it best. He said this convo has to be broken up into different eras, completely different times that cannot be compared. Agreed. Like
who's the editor? One of the editors around Rob's time, and Neil Adams. He's mentioning Neil Adams. Like, who's the editor at the time at Marvel when he came in? Sorry,
around Neil Adams? No, that would have been in the Neil Adams in the late 60s.
Yeah, that's creator rights. He's saying, but there's a guy that gave you the contracts. Like, Rob has named him. He's like, oh, I like this guy because he gave us those royalties. So now anytime someone puts Deadpool in anything, even if it's trash, and they've rebooted that series 14,000, like they literally rebooted Deadpool every year. Rob's like, who cares? John Carpenter says this too, right? He's like, it's like, oh, John, they're doing a Halloween. Send me the money. Send the paycheck. What do you think about this? I don't give a shit if it's good or bad. He said this. He's like, John Carpenter was like, he goes, my involvement in this project is, let me tell you my involvement. I put my hand out, and then a check whoosh, came into my hand, and then I put it in my pocket, and that was my involvement. It's like,
absolutely. And I think because I'm gonna when we bleed into the Wolverine thing, it's gonna be really interesting because it's not always about like necessarily the money. right? The Wolverine thing is especially interesting. But I just have a Blue Sky post here by Pat Zurcher, who's an artist, and they were talking about Wally Wood and getting compensated back in the day. But he says, reminds me of Superman, Siegel, and Schuster. Superman's $1 billion idea, and they did deserve more, but selling it for $100 is a misconception, especially when you factor in, what that was worth back then. Additional Superman money when Young bought Siegel and Schuster new homes, cars, mink coats. They lived high for a decade, but new characters should include perennial rights. So this goes back to, I think we were talking about this on one of the previous streams as to why you don't get a lot of, why aren't there any great characters being created at say DC or Marvel? It's all in the creator-owned space. It's because why would you give a company your best idea when you can just make it yourself a couple of years later once you've done a couple of work for hires for them?
I think what a lot of what you get into, partly from a film perspective, but just a business perspective in general, is a lot of the literary creation is like venture capitalism, right? So it's a lot of creators who are relatively new, emerging, right? So they don't have a lot of exposure. So it's great that they sometimes have great ideas or great characters or whatever else, but without a distribution channel or whatever else, those don't become anything anyways, right? And so I think you guys are right that it comes down to the contracts, but I think the contracts happen because when people get into the business, however they do, until more what do you call it, like democratic or more, what do you call it, like shared revenue systems or whatever, like self-publishing and all that kind of stuff that people can do. People always had to go to more established businesses, right? Because they're the ones with the distribution channels, right? And then, well, if they've got all the power, they get to get the large chunk of the contract because of that, right? So I think you see an ebb and flow of that within systems that people get tired of that over time, or enough of individual creators find a footing. A lot of them come together, or they become successful, and then they try to create a system that is more beneficial to the people coming behind them, right? So I think there are things that try to disrupt the paradigms of like that, but I think we see the ebb and flow of capitalism more. I know you said it wasn't about money, but I think a lot of this happens because of it, right? People before, artists, used to get a patron, right? And they would get whatever money they get to do the art for that patron, but then the patron owns that art, and that patron could be taking that art to whatever, and they're making all the money doing whatever, right? It's like a commission, right, for doing it. So,
and the irony is, no matter what the artist gets, once the artist dies, then whoever has that painting or has that artwork reaps the real value of it for whatever the market is willing to bear. So rarely, unless you're like a Jim Lee, and Vaughn, maybe you can chime in, or JMan or Sean, maybe you guys remember, there was something that Jim Lee drew and it was like thousands of dollars. And I can't remember if it was like a sketch or if it was some sort of a job where it was like what would be considered an astronomical amount of money, but the market was willing to pay for it, or whoever was doing it. And usually the artist has to die for their art to garner that kind of money, unless you're like an actor or a director or a top line screenwriter.
Yeah.
But talking about what was brought up, we'll look at the Wolverine thing, because Wilson, you mentioned that it's not about cash. It was interesting because it's who created Wolverine. Marvel's Roy Thomas speaks out on the controversy. So this is the first of a two-part story, and this is like Herb Trimpe's. This might have been from Hulk 181, because I don't think you got a full version of him in 180. But you can. Oh, and actually, this is from 180.
Yeah, you see him. Like, to me, that's, you see the full guy. You see his name in the special.
He names
font,
himself. Yeah,
he's not shrouded. He's not shrouded or anything like that.
Right.
So technically, that should be the one that.
Yeah, wouldn't that be? That's something we never.
Yeah,
I never
it's
understood.
the cameo versus first appearance thing. It drives me up a wall. But yeah.
But what about this? Like, think about this for just a second for Spider-Man, because it's easy to use Spider-Man. So you're walking around the office, and it's like, okay, Spider-Man, and it's like, okay, well, we need a villain for next month's comic. Okay, well, what's it going to do? It's like, well, and then some guy's walking around the office, maybe handing coffees out or something, getting coffees. And the guy's like, oh, spiders and scorpions hate spiders. Oh, the scorpion. And then I'm going to use that. I'm going to make, and then Ditko draws him up, creates them. Oh, maybe we should make him green because that'll be a good contrast. Oh, cool. Yeah. Let's make him a real dick or something. Or what if he's trapped in the suit? Or what if the suit, so the guy who delivered the coffee was just walking around. It's like, oh yeah, scorpions. Oh, okay. So does that guy now have to desert? Like, this is sort of the Wolverine thing. Like anyone,
what you're talking about is this article.
Yeah. So it's like it's easier to use Spider-Man, right? Because it's like it's just someone says, "Oh, what about next month? Oh, what about a rhino character? Or what about?" And it's like you're just naming animals.
and for sure, and I agree with you 100%. And this is where I will then, once we go through this a little bit, I'll throw this back to Wilson because we've done films together, and we've been in the process from like concept to conclusion of films. And if you see how collaborative that process can be, you then kind of like, well, whose name goes on as the credits for like the writer? Like when you think of how collaborative, or even what goes into the direction or the DOP, there's so many instances where things bleed into each other that it's almost impossible to have that distinction. But anyway, let's get into this, and then hopefully the chat will be on fire again. When readers of Marvel's Incredible Hulk 180, cover dated 1974 October, got to the last page, they were greeted with a brand new character, a feisty Canadian with adamantium claws and an attitude as big as the Great White North, identified as Weapon X, but known to Prosperity as Wolverine. The issue was written by Len Wein, who died in 2018, and drawn by Herb Trimpe and he passed in 2015. Wolverine's costume design was by longtime Marvel artist and art director John Romita Sr., who passed in 2023, at the instigation of then Marvel editor-in-chief Roy Thomas. So in this instance that J-Man was talking about, Roy Thomas is the coffee guy saying, hey, I want a character of a certain thing, or hey, a scorpion versus a spider. How about that? But then all the intricacies, that's left up to discussion. So none of the people involved knew it at the time, but Wolverine was destined to become one of the most popular Marvel characters of the past 50 years, down to the present day when he is now co-headlining the upcoming, now past, Deadpool and Wolverine movie. So just scroll down a little bit more. So for decades, comics historians and Marvel have given official credit for the character's creation to Wein and Romita, while noting the original contributions of Trimpe and Thomas, as well as the subsequent work of Claremont, Byrne, Miller, because all of these characters are scaffolded, right? Who helped to mold Wolverine into the compelling character and global icon he is today. Recently, that changed with Thomas's name being added to the official creator credits, and many comics industry professionals popped their own claws. Wolverine style at the thought of it. The change in credits was first reported by longtime comic book editor Bobby Chase, related on her Facebook page over the weekend, and she wrote, "My friend and Len Wein's widow, Christine Valada, got a call from Marvel executive David Bogart informing her that in the upcoming Wolverine and Deadpool movie coming out this July, which was a couple years ago, Roy Thomas will now be credited as the co-creator with Wein and Romita Sr., and David said it's a done deal. I was standing in Christine's kitchen this past Sunday, and she told me about the phone call. Of course, Christine is seriously concerned about Len's legacy. Len was profoundly important to the comic book industry, and that legacy is being changed for the worse 6 years after his death." So that is basically what set off the controversy. And and Thomas, for his own part, said, "This situation is unfortunate because I'm only trying to finally get credit for something where the facts have been known for many years, and I'm being portrayed as a ghoul trying to rob the corpse of Len Wein for credit and money," he said. First and foremost, this is not a financial issue. I'm not getting a penny as far as I know, and in no way takes away from whatever Len and John's families may be getting, if anything. I don't know what their financial arrangement is with Marvel. I'm already getting money from my other contributions. I don't need Wolverine money. Thank you very much. So it comes down to, yes, okay, money is a part of it, but then there's also the legacy, right? As JMan kind of insinuated, suppose there was someone else that said, give Superman a cape, back in 1938, and call him Kal-El. Does that mean that, or have him meet an alien? Not even get specific. Does that then give them, like, does that allow their fingers to go into the creative pie?
Yeah, I'm going to make a video that's an hour long and name everything there ever was. Dark Avenger, Dark Assassin, Dark Hero. And I'm going to name it all. And then anyone makes anything from any of that, I'm in. This is outrageous. The people arguing at this have created nothing in their lives. It's like, it's pretty sure said the anime. Sean and I have created many things. I've written scripts, I've done books, we've done characters, we play off of each other. I might ask Sean, what do you think about this, right? The coffee guy created. No, that's not true. That's not true. He just said a word. He said scorpion. Here's the thing. Maybe Steve, you can find this article. There's an article where everyone is fighting over the creative control and the creativity of D-Man from Captain America. No, that doesn't exist because D-Man sucks. I'm joking. There is no article because nobody cares about it. They only care because this made money. Okay, yeah. D-Man is the guy that had the old Daredevil costume with a big D on his thing, and he had Wolverine's mask. Remember D-Man from Captain?
Yeah. He had this the brown and
the orange. Brown. Yeah, is anyone fighting over that? No, because no one cares. So don't give me this. Oh, it's about. Of course, it's about money. They're sitting there saying Wolverine is like this big. Oh shit, I was there, guys. I'm telling you, I was there. Like whatever, man. It's for money. It has nothing to do with anything other than that. So
yeah. I was going to say, Roy Thomas has way more claim to Red Sonja, and you don't see him bellyaching about that.
Exactly. Because the Red Sonja movie did not do well, right? Yeah. Both Red Sonja movies didn't do well. No. Even though I like both of them in the 80s one a lot. But like, yeah. So where's it? He did all, Sean, all the Red Sonja stuff is his. So where's his?
Yeah, Red Sonja as we know it is his. Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. But that's a weird hiccup in creative control as well. And because there's a character called Red Sonja in Robert E. Howard's in one story. And it's spelled with a Y. And it's in a historical drama. And it has nothing to do with Hyboria. And he created Red Sonja with a J, who's a barbarian, and he created everything that we know about Red Sonja now. And that chainmail and everything, that is in everything now. That is Red Sonja. That's his creation. But it's always going to be a Robert E. Howard thing.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, there's a level of executives that I don't think should get, like, there's one thing if it's the initial core creative team. I'm talking writers, artists, you know what I mean? Inkers, pencilers, even like colorists to a certain degree. But when you're executive and you're editor-in-chief to a certain degree, you're overseeing stuff, but you're kind of, so then if you're going by that logic, everybody else should get their credits revised then, right?
Right.
So it's just not, I don't know what Marvel's playing at with that kind of revisionist history in some ways, because then there's a lot of people that deserve more than what you're saying. To say that you're going to parse out that and call that out, somebody had to make noise somewhere to say, I want a credit on this, or this is part of my legacy, or something like that.
All right. So we're with what you've just said there, Vaughn, I'm going to dig in some more to what he said. So Thomas explained that as editor-in-chief of Marvel in 1974, he first conceived of developing a Canadian character to include in the comics to broaden the appeal. We had an international readership, and I had created international characters like Banshee and Sunfire before, he said. I had 4 requirements for the character: that he be named Wolverine, be Canadian, be fierce, because Wolverines are fierce creatures, and that he be short, because superheroes are usually tall. Sorry, Hugh Jackman. Thomas said he wanted to introduce the character in The Incredible Hulk because the Hulk was one of the few Marvel characters not based in New York, and it would be more plausible to set the action in Canada. Thomas assigned the job to Ween, whom he described as one of the company's best writers, confident that he would bring a unique spin to it. I could have assigned it to a different writer using my four parameters and John's design, Wolverine would have been something different because it wasn't Len writing it, but I still would have been co-creator. So by that line, okay, I'm not putting words or thoughts into his mouth, but by that line, it's him, Romita, then Ween. Because he's like, I could have given that thing to anybody else.
Yeah.
And it was John's design and my 4 parameters that are the character.
What were the 4? Canadian, short, fierce? What was it?
He's kind of describing me, but
Canadian.
Let me see if I can find it. It was Canadian,
short,
and named
Fierce.
Wolverine.
Okay, so short, fierce, and Wolverine name. That's pretty decent. Those are 4 pretty like, I'm trying to think if you take away, I mean, if you don't call him
The
Wolverine, that's
mythos
one
of
thing.
the characters, if you take those away, is that character still
Wolverine.
Right. Is that character
Wolverine?
still Wolverine? If you fierce, I mean, those are 4 very key characteristics of Wolverine. So maybe there can be, I don't know. See, the thing is like, but this is your job. You're hired on to do this kind of thing without Thomas input no Wolverine. But you're also hired to do this kind of a job, right? Like, it's like if I just sat there and said, Rhino, Scorpion, whatever, make Scorpion green with a tail, but scorpions have tails, right? Like, it's like if he says the name Wolverine, the other traits kind of become apparent anyways. Like, he's going to have claws and he's going to, so, but like, I don't know. This is a tough one because those 4 characteristics are important. Romita, what did he say?
Romita, Ween, Trimpy just developed it. And so keep going, J-Man, because I'm then going to throw something to Wilson because it's it's this kind of stuff that we get on set sometimes, where you're in the middle of a shoot.
Right. So what, actor versus their lines or characters, and the actor wants to change that? Well, go ahead. Sometimes
the creation of a character.
Right.
Or even just think of a studio head. Okay, so a studio head comes to you and says, I want to develop a spy thriller set in London, but the guy's never in London, and he's a secret agent, and make sure that he's got like a lot of women, and his name is James. Go, and then you develop what becomes James Bond. Obviously, that's not what happened because it's out of Ian Fleming's head.
Right.
Yeah. Does that studio head then become the creator of James Bond? Like it's interesting.
Like there's this level of I don't know how to distinct it, but like after a certain level, there has to be distinctions between upper corporate management and then creative production that are actually doing, like, you could dictate stuff, but at the same time too, there's other people executing it as well too, right? So they might not have gotten to the same level of Wolverine that you had before, but the core principles of who created the character is the creative team, I would say.
Okay, I'm going to throw this out there, and then Wilson, you can refute me, and anyone else that wants to jump down my throat on this can. What's the difference between I want to bake a cake, and I'm going to buy the ingredients, and then I'm going to give it to, say, Wilson, bake me the cake, but I bought the sugar, the milk, the eggs, and I'd like it to be fluffy. I don't want a pound cake. I want like a fluffy wedding cake or whatever. What's the difference?
I mean,
Well, I'm totally with you there. The number of times that Dolores has asked me to make dinner and I've ordered off of Uber, and then when it's delivered, I said, "Look, I made dinner tonight." He's like, "No, you didn't. You ordered it." Well, dinner's here, and I took part in making it here.
No, you pushed buttons on an app. I mean that you broke the eggs, you mixed it, you decided how much milk to put in, how many eggs to use.
Without my contribution, it would have never made it onto my table.
But technically, Artie Semick, who I think was a letterer back in the 60s, is just as important as it, because then it's a picture book, right? I'm talking. What's the difference between Jason Bourne and James Bond? What's the difference between Spider-Man and Firestorm? There's a lot of elements that are shared, but it's how you put those elements together into the development, as Phil has rightly said,
Yeah.
that then gets you where you are, right? Or what we have now.
So, I mean, I don't know how artists have been obviously for all time or whatever, but if you take out like the money component that we've been talking about around this, like to me, it's all about ego, right? Of whether any individual needs to be attributed directly to a piece of work, right? And all the ones that we're talking about, why there have been all these battles and whatever else is because I think, as JMan said, like they're super popular, right? And that's why people are
clamoring at it. Yeah.
wanting to argue and go recognize, hey, I was part of this at some point along the way, you know.
Yeah.
But like you said, Steve, like when we're on movie set, right? Especially when it's on a film that we have no idea is gonna be successful in any way, you know, we're all like, hey, we might have all these titles that we're doing this job, but anywhere that anyone can provide some input to make this better, you know, whether it's the sweat equity, whether it's ideas or whatever else, put it in, not expecting that, you know, if this suddenly wins awards, the director goes, well, I'm going to single out every single contribution that was above beyond that anyone did or whatever else, right? So, and so again, it kind of comes back to contracts where it's like, and correct me if I'm wrong, if I misunderstood the article a bit of what he, the last part that you read there, it sounded like he partly said that I do want recognition for my contribution on it because I could have done it this way and I would have had full credit, but I didn't do it that way.
I don't think he said that. I just said,
okay.
I think what he's implying is I had these 4 parameters.
Right.
Yeah. Without my parameters.
Without my parameters, they had nowhere to start.
Okay.
Right. There needs to be time put in because I can't sit here and say, okay, I got this idea. There's going to be this secret agent guy. He's going to be a British guy and he's going to like go to this casino and do this. Okay, go. And then someone spends a goddamn 6 months writing a book and then I'm the creator. It's outrageous.
Yeah,
like it's beyond the reasoning of anybody. And I feel I gotta point this. They just developed it. What the hell does that mean? Yeah. It's like Ian Fleming just wrote fucking 13 novels. It's like that's all he did. I'm the one who said James Bond should be a secret agent. Like, what are you talking about? Okay, Joel Schumacher said this. He's like, if you love a movie, then everyone succeeded. He's like, the camera guys succeeded, the actors, the effects people, the sound. But if you hate a movie, it's on me because I am the one overseeing this. It's like, that's why it's like, it's a group effort. So that's fine. And everyone gets credit accordingly. Maybe Roy Thomas should get some credit, you know, but he did get credit. Roy Thomas actually got credit for everything he did. You know what the credit was? His paycheck.
Yeah.
He's paid to come up with ideas. What do you think?
And to guide
right.
staff.
Well,
Right.
I was gonna say it sounds to me like he managed and they created. Like you can say all you want that he gave parameters. Yeah, you managed the thing.
You managed it.
Created the character.
So I went to
have them there for.
So odd story. My one of my ancestors went to Leonardo da Vinci and says, you know, there's a nice woman over there with a nice smile. You should paint her. Credit. Whoa! I got the credit, baby. Woo woo woo. Like, what are you talking about? You didn't do shit. You said paint that chick over there, and then Leonardo spends fucking forever painting this thing and perfecting it, and then this guy gets the credit because, well, I thought of it. Hey, if I wasn't going to point that woman out, no Mona Lisa. What do you think about that?
The Mona Lisa by Da Vinci after suggestions by J-Man's ancestor.
Exactly, after suggestions, right? Roy Thomas is so. Roy, what do you think? What do you think we should do this month? I don't know. Okay, you're fired. Right, Roy Thomas has to come up with things and give suggestions and manage things. It's like
he's doing his day-to-day job, right? Yeah,
that's their job. These guys have to create the thing that he gives the parameters for. It's like I want a vehicle. I want horses are pretty cool. They look cool. It looks cool when you're riding them and shit. But they're kind of slow. Oh, I developed the car because I said there should be something faster. Like, what are you talking about? This is like nonsense crap. Like, ideas don't mean anything. You've got to get. I have about 4 million superhero ideas that I drew. And you know what? What happened with those? Nothing. There's about 3 characters where I have a book. I did a couple of books with Sean on this. I did a couple. You saw my Teen Merchant character. That's all me, 100%. Nobody helped me on that one. Credit all me. But guaranteed, let's say T. Burton becomes super big. All of a sudden, someone comes out and it's like, well, wait a minute, I drew some of that. Where's my
help J-Man move that weekend?
Yeah, you did, Vaughn. And I remember
he wouldn't have been able to stay in his apartment.
Yeah,
and create his characters. So
whoever, I see where J-Man's eyes are going, and I'm going to pop this up in a second.
Yeah. So I was looking, yeah.
But it's also like, well, whoever bought you that pencil or
right, sure,
laptop, say that was a gift. The laptop was a gift.
Without that,
right? But here's one. Phil has a great comment. Okay, J-Man, but if the guy spends 6 months writing a book, then an artist spends 6 minutes drawing a picture and visualizing the character, should the artist get co-creator credit? As a writer and as an artist, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, that's
because here's the reason why: visual design, right? So,
but a book cover with the character on it, so it's already.
But even if it's from scratch, right?
Right.
So even if like I am the Barry Allen of artists. And you're the Hamlet of writers. You're tortured every word to be not to be whatever, right? And it takes you a year to write this story, and it's a 5-issue miniseries. And I draw like the wind. I'm Kirby, and I can draw that book in a month because that basically works out to the timeline that Phil is saying I might be off by a couple of parsecs, right? That artist, there is no comic book character without the artist's input. The artist is always a co-creator once it's in a certain medium. Frazetta won't work because that's a work for hire for whoever is.
Yeah, Conan was already created. Are you talking about? I don't know if Phil's talking about comic books.
Yeah, comics. Of course, they were co-creator.
Of course, if they're a comic, it's a co-creator because there's no comic without the artist. Yeah. But not in novels. But for my books that I published, I drew the cover. I didn't draw the cover. I drew the character and designed the character in my shitty way. I found a blank template of a man standing. I colored him in and designed his outfit. I gave that designed outfit to an artist that we paid. I said, "This is the character that I want. I want an energy portal around him. He's coming through the energy portal towards the reader." So the guy drew that. He didn't create shit. I just can't draw. That's just a cover of a book. I gave him the sketch of the character, precisely what his costume looks like, and there's specifics to my other character, what the cover should be, what it should look like, and then I approved it. He drew one, I'm like, I don't like that one. Next, he drew another one. I was like, okay, I like this one, develop this one. That's all me. I just didn't. Now he drew it, so I give him credit. Of course, I don't take. I'm not a Bob Kane or whatever. I give credit. I put cover by this guy. Here's his credits. Go to his website. Please go to his website. Support his work. He's selling prints of this. If you want this cover, that's how that works. But it's mine. I created all this. He didn't do anything other than what I specifically told him to do. Now, I already wrote the story before all this happened. So you can't even go back. It's like in the story, I described the character. This is different. This is a guy managing. Roy Thomas is managing
people. He's a manager of people in an office, and he dictated his outline of something that I need you guys to do today in the office, right? And these are my parameters.
Right. Here's something I just thought of. Ditko, you could say, co-creator of Spider-Man, right? And this is going to Jay's comment, but John Romita Jr. is the co-creator of Mary Jane, not Gwen, because you didn't see, even though Mary Jane was mentioned, you don't see her until Face It Tiger, You've Hit the Jackpot. I don't think Ditko ever drew her face.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but if that's the case, then yes, he co-created Mary Jane.
So that's where you get that distinction. And like I totally understand where you hire someone to do the work, but if you haven't set up what some of the designs are, right, then that artist, if you hire them, they get a co-creator credit.
Yeah.
Because they are starting, you have the concept of the character in your mind. You can even describe them, but until they manifest them on the page, right? Now, like, let's just use an example. Lucas Falapi drew Atrium, right? If we did a second book and Lucas didn't draw it, right? He's working for DC, making mad, beaucoup dollars, right? Leaving us in the dust. And we then do a second volume. Any characters that we bring on from that first arc, those are his co-created characters.
Right.
Anything that is a character that ends up in that second arc, the new artist is just drawing off of his design, right? So he's almost like a work for hire. But any characters that they then create are then his and aren't Lucas's. That's how I look at it, because I look at it from a film point of view as well too, where it's like you gotta create a monster, right? We need monsters.
Sure.
And they're in the script, but what are they going to look like? You hire a design team.
Yeah, H.R. Giger. Okay, we're looking at this guy's portfolio. Looks very good. We've got this idea, Alien. We want to develop it. By the way, Ron Cobb and all those guys from Alien came from Jodorowsky's doing it. Yeah. Basically, every movie you've ever seen, Alejandro Jodorowsky created it. If we're going by these random statements of like, oh, anyone's a creator, the POV shots of the Terminator were in the Dune script. I don't know if you've ever seen Jodorowsky's Dune, the documentary. Mm-hmm. It's like he has this massive book, and it's like everything that you've ever seen, Contact, Template, Raiders of Lost Ark, the guy's melting from the thing. Yes. It's storyboarded. So he created everything, that means, right? But he just had it as a thing to look at. It's like, okay, whatever. Like the Conan thing, it's a story. It wasn't a picture book. It's a story. Conan is described in the story, and then Robert E. Howard handed it to someone, and then they made a cover like, we need someone to draw this character. You draw it. Now, if they drew a scrawny little skinny person, and you're like, that's not what's described in this story, though. Like, think of it in a wrong sense. Like if you say, okay, read this Conan story. Okay, I read that Conan story. That was quite good. Okay, draw this character. And then they draw a skinny, scrawny person, right? You'd be like, that's not the right thing. Well, I co-created it, but it's not the thing that's described. So Robert E. Howard created Conan, unless there's other things behind the scenes, which I don't know about. Maybe his wife helped him. I don't know. But whatever it is, he created all of that. People drawing a character after the fact, that doesn't mean jack shit. The Mary Jane thing is that Mary Jane only existed as a concept and not in a physical reality form. Once this Conan script is written and typed out or on pencil or however they do it, right? That's created. Once Mary Jane is drawn, I've got this idea for Mary Jane. She'll have red hair. She's going to, kind of a model figure. Okay. Then you draw it. Hey, I like that. Yeah. You like that? I like that too. Created. That's co-creator. Two guys got together, said, yeah, I like that. That looks good. She's the one. That's co-created. Not someone saying, Spider-Man needs a new girlfriend. Bye. No, you didn't create anything. You didn't do anything.
Well, it sounds like to me, the difference is whether something is developed together in creating it versus contracted somebody, right? Or commissioned somebody to do it for you. Even if they're providing creative input, that's commission or contract, right? So you're the creator.
If Roy Thomas came in the room and sat there with everybody, said, all right, guys, I said Wolverine, short Canadian, let's go. Let's figure this out together. Okay, then that's something. They all sat down together. Here, I drew up a claw. Oh, yeah, I like the claw. Make the claws a little longer. You know what? Instead of having claws here, why don't you put them on the, and then the other guy, Len Wein says, oh, let's put them on the knuckles. Ooh, and then wait, there's 4. That looks kind of weird. Is it going to be hard to draw 4 claws every time? Yeah, that's going to be a bit irritating. Why don't we just do 3 claws? Okay, let's just do 3 claws. It's like, what do you think about his hair? Should he be really hairy? Yeah, he's a Wolverine guy. He should be kind of hairy. Yeah, let's do that. Like, that's creating it. Not, guys, today's assignment, go. So that's like a news reporter. Hey, there's an accident on the 401. Go cover it. Oh, that's my article. I want to do a story on, tax evasion. Why don't you go down? There's a lot of people evading their taxes over here. Go investigate that. Okay, I'll go investigate it. Well, that was my story. What are you talking about? It's like you're the person who's giving out stories. Sean, go cover the flood damage down there. Steve, I need you to cover the robberies, the recent liquor store robberies, right? And then looks like I just wrote 7 articles. I just created 7 articles. I'm awesome. I'm like the best ever. I know you guys wrote them and researched it, but now if I didn't tell Steve to go cover the LCBO robberies, then he wouldn't have done it, right? He wouldn't have done it, and he wouldn't have won, an award for that article or whatever, right? Because so really, he owes me some money. No, my job is to do this. That is my job. The paycheck is your compensation. There you go.
Well,
and if I can just ask this, because maybe it's an exception to this rule. I don't know if I agree with it, but because it sounds like we all kind of agree with the same thing here about how it's attributed. But in the case of someone like Crispin Glover in Back to the Future, right, when he wasn't used for the second one and he sued, he was an actor hired to play a part. Yeah. So so who got to own that part? Who got to own that character? And I guess the argument was he got to own his likeness, and they what do you call it? They faked or whatever his likeness onto somebody else.
Well, yes, they made that guy look kind of like him. I knew it wasn't the same actor. Even as a kid, when I saw that in the theater, I thought, "Hey, but they had him upside down on that thing, so you couldn't really tell." It's like, oh shit, is that now Crispin Glover? Now they didn't do it with Elizabeth Shue, who replaced I can't remember the other girl's name who replaced her. They simply just had her be the new Jennifer, and things just kind of went on as though, and they even refilmed the very end part again to match the dialogue, so that it looks like seamless, even though you're like, that ain't Jennifer. I just watched Back to the Future 1 minute ago. That's not her, right? Like before you went to go see part 2, everybody watched part 1 again. You're like, that's not that chick. But they're not making it look like the old Jennifer, right? Like if they deep faked Elizabeth Shue with that other actress, that's a big time. No. You can't just use my face or whatever. So Crispin Glover, maybe he did have an issue there. It was kind of obvious that they were trying to make it seem like it was still him, but it wasn't. I don't know. He wasn't in the movie that much. That's a tough one.
That because he brought his face onto the screen, and so that was a creative contribution.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Crispin Glover created the character. Again, he was the character existed before they hired Crispin Glover, so it already existed on paper with descriptions. The casting director said this guy looks good for this character. Now, if Crispin Glover came in and says, I'm reading this character here, guys, and he's trash. He's completely trash. I'm rewriting all of his dialogue, and I'm changing the way his mannerisms are. I'm changing it all. And then I'd say, okay, Crispin Glover helped. Like Vampires. What's the guy in Vampires? James Woods. James Woods improvised like all of his lines. John Carpenter's like, let's use my lines, and then we'll do a take of you saying how you want it to be. And James Woods changed it. And John Carpenter has admitted, that's how I know this. He's like, you know what, James Woods, that's all him, baby. He goes, all these one-liners, all these funny ways he's saying it. He goes, I wrote his character for him. He didn't like the lines. He said his own lines, 90% of it's his. So John Carpenter is telling you that is his character. So,
but he will not get a writing credit.
He won't get a writing credit, but he got paid.
Yep.
And he's going to get street cred. He'll get a moral credit. Maybe there's like, it looks like Roy Thomas wants moral credit too. If he's saying it's not about the money, well, what do you want me to say?
Well,
what does he want? He doesn't want money. Okay, so
you mentioned that, right? Because this is the second part of the Forbes that I'm going to share. This is the second part of the Forbes interview or piece, and they actually speak with Ween's widow, right? Christine Vallada, an entertainment and copyright attorney, interestingly enough, in Los Angeles, specializing in creator rights issues, took exception to many of the points made in the story. Vallada, who met Ween in 89 and married him in 91, manages her late husband's estate, which has been receiving both credit and financial compensation from Disney, which is the owner of Marvel since 2014. I'm not privy to what the financial arrangements might be with Thomas, and I don't particularly care. Vallada said in a phone interview on April 2nd, this is not about finances. This is about stolen valor. This frankly calls my husband a liar for his entire career. So Len Wein co-created DC Swamp Thing with artist Bernie Wrightson, is credited with creating dozens of characters for DC, Marvel, and other publishers. Succeeded Thomas as Marvel's editor-in-chief in 1974 and had a distinguished career as a writer and editor. He was inducted into the Will Eisner Hall of Fame in 2008. Many consider his credit as a co-creator of Wolverine as the feather in his cap, and one that he was exceptionally proud of, according to Vallada, which harkens back to what you were saying earlier, Wilson, that it could be a bit of ego. That's like, I made this kind of thing. So I don't like.
The problem is the guy's passed away. It's hard to go back. Like we can go and ask.
If you're bringing it up after the fact, like there's been a lot of opportunities to punch at this for many, many years. But it's like now you take exception to it when he's dead.
When he's dead.
Next big movies coming out. There was a whole X-Men franchise that made a ton of money for Fox and 20th Century Fox during that time. But that wasn't the big time to fight it, right? Now that Disney has it, now you're putting up a fight, and the guy's gone, right?
Because what happens if Len says, you know what, Roy, I don't remember you saying all that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I
don't
can't
remember
say
you.
that now. But no, to your point, Vaughn, like, yeah, there were how many Wolverine movies and X-Men movies with Wolverine in it?
Before that?
And then only now, after Len Wein is gone, that you say something?
Yeah, and this article,
was
was from, just one second, guys. This article is from 2024, so only last year.
Yeah.
So April of 2024.
I'm afraid the shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive. It's like, I don't know. It's like what the shit. It's like, yeah, this guy dies. Like he's dead. Nice. And Deadpool Wolverine just came out. I'm gonna get in there
because I know it's hindsight's 2020. We weren't there, but like he succeeded. Thomas as editor-in-chief of the company of Marvel, and I wonder if there were any conversations between them, even with switching jobs and all that kind of stuff. It was like, well, you know, I created, it was me, this is my character or whatever, or was it just this wasn't even on their minds because they were just freelancers working at a company trying to put books out and beat DC for market share.
Well, Wolverine wasn't mainstream at the time. It's like he became big business from the 90s onward, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you really look at it that way, man, fuck. Claremont should get a credit then.
Oh, he already does. Well, oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
That's part of the development part
right.
that, you know, I think Phil has and others in the chat has been saying. And it because here's the thing, right? If Yokohama Tires comes up with this amazing tire, it doesn't run flat, they did not invent the wheel. They just have the patent on the run flat thing, and you know, however they're using the tires or the rubber or whatever technology. But the whole thing of like making it round, no one's gonna go to Yokohama Tires or Bridgestone or whatever and say they invented the wheel, guys. And then everyone's gonna go, what about those horses and carriages that I saw in the Clint Eastwood movie and you know, and all that footage and you know, Grog or you know, whatever caveman was walking around with the first wheel. So yes, there is that R&D part of it that goes into it, but it's like you think of like FF, right? It's kind of Stan's words on Kirby's ideas. And Sean and JMan, you know FF probably better than anyone else on this panel. Speak to that, especially with how crazy the Marvel method is.
Like I would say it's co-created with the like. I mean, it's tough to differ. Like I mean, Kirby's my buddy. Like I mean, I like literally this just came in today. Like the Art of Jack Kirby got this today.
There you go.
So the snow didn't prevent me from getting that. No, but anyway. Yeah, but they co-created because Stan did a lot on that. Like there's a lot of, and you could tell his writing versus Kirby's writing as well. So yeah, I don't mind if someone appears to like people see Stan more than Kirby because Stan Lee always had the credits there. Every comic you read, we were looking at them. It's like it says it. So whether or not there's the front man, the guy's there. It's not like Iron Maiden is hiding the guitarists or something. Oh, you can't see who they are, you know, right? Like it's like they're there. Like, you know, it's like we know Paul and Gene, right? But it's not like Ace Frehley was like in a corner just doing music and they pumped it through and you're like, oh, is there a bass guitar? Oh yeah, don't worry about that. It's me. It's all about me. It's like Bob Kane pisses me off, but Stan Lee, look, I watched many Jack Kirby interviews. He is a very kind person. He seems like such a great guy, and he's like I created my characters and they're part of me and all this. And Stan's like, I created these characters and it's so much fun. And he's just like super pumped. You're watching, you're like, I'm pumped up. Like Stan Lee got you pumped up for the characters, whereas Jack is speaking more just like, I love my creating these characters and connecting with the audience. And that's a different personality. You need both personalities.
And that goes back to what I mentioned earlier on, where it's like a lot of the artists, except for post image, they're more introverted, right? They don't have the showman, or for the most part, other like Neil Adams might have had it. I would probably say Frank Miller had it, right? But a lot of them don't have that, like, look at me kind of thing, because that's kind of comes through with the artwork. The writers seem to be more of the showman. And you know what? And I think maybe it comes about naturally because you can't see the writing, right? The writing is ethereal. It's only until the writing's a concept. So as the person putting out what it is that you do, as a writer, you're going to be Flavor Flav. You're going to be your own hype man.
Right.
Meanwhile, you can get someone like Travis Charest, just draw something to go, yeah, I did this. And everyone loses their mind because of the intricacy of the artwork, whether it's, Barry Windsor Smith, Paul Smith, Byrne, the list is endless, right? But but when you had that seismic shift in the late 80s and then into image, I would argue that writers are only now coming back as being at the forefront of the creative, like on the tips of tongues of people creatively, because it was always about the artist. Like there was a good 2 decades of like, who's drawing this book? And
books were late. Books were late all the time.
Yeah. That's a different story. We're not talking about running a business.
No, but this is what happens. You see, another thing that people are forgetting, it's a business. Yeah. You need to get your comic out on time. So there's always going to be that guy at the top who's saying, yo, we need to get this in. We need to get this going. What here? I don't have any ideas for this week or for this month. Okay, make a character called Wolverine. He's Canadian and fierce. Next, what do you got?
Sorry, guys, I got to run out of here. But thanks for a great night tonight.
No, thanks, Vaughn. It was great having you.
Yeah, sorry, I got to as well. Sorry about that.
Oh, all right.
It's all good. All right, you guys take care.
All right, guys.
Later.
All right, see ya.
Sorry.
But yeah, keep going.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, yeah. So yeah, like I mean, it's a business. So it's like so Roy Thompson's walking around dealing with lots of stuff. I don't know exactly how it exactly works, so I don't know for sure. But like, if I'm running things, you go over and say, okay, listen, who's Spider-Man taking on this month? Oh, he's going to be fighting Scorpion. Is that how many times has he fought? Twice? Okay, twice. But next, don't use Scorpion now for a while. Maybe next issue do like a rhinoceros villain. Okay, next, what are you guys up to in Hulk? Well, we don't know. It's like I always wanted to do like a Canadian guy, make him like a short, rough and tough kind of hairy guy, call him like the Wolverine or something. Yeah, okay, do that. All right, what are you guys doing? What's happening this month in Avengers? Well, it's going to be King. It's like King. Like you guys, he's like this is like the 7th time you do like a robot or something. Maybe one of the guys creates a robot. Oh, okay. Oh, so I created Ultron, Wolverine, and Rhino, right? Like, but I didn't create anything. I just said words.
Or J-Man, think of it this way, because we all know they have writers' retreats, right? Where like you would have like an office, like the Spider-Man office will have a retreat, or maybe it's an editor's retreat, and they're just coming up with ideas for the next year. So, like you said, if you're spitballing ideas, everybody gets together and brainstorms. Like you've done it for your work, right? I've done it for mine, and then where does it come from? Oh yeah. We need an assassin from Madripoor, right? And then someone puts in all the details on it. Who gets the full credit? So
RR is saying thanks. This is a good one. I don't know if thanks for the super chat, buddy. Turn and play. Have you guys talked about Gaiman versus McFarlane? Yes, I know, Angela. I've got that first. I got that off the rack as everyone else did. Big lawsuit. And now he can't use. I don't think Tom McFarlane can use Angela because there's other Angels, but no Angela.
Because Angela's now part of Marvel.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
She's running around with Thor in some of the Thor books and stuff, right?
Again, that's another one of these, like, who created what? It's like, it's a different, I think the bottom line is you have to look at the contract and you have to go with every case is its own case. In the case of Wolverine, Roy Thomas gave 4 character traits, which are very important to Wolverine. I don't know if I can even just saying but saying words is not enough. we're all creators here, and I don't know who in the chat has created stuff, but if I give you a prompt, like when I went to film school, and Sean, when I went, they gave you a prompt, and you had to write like a quick story on that prompt, right? Or they gave you a photograph, and you could write your prompt. You could write your story based on the photograph. So the photograph, this is a true story. I'm telling you the real thing. In university, it was a picture of this old woman in a wheelchair looking up at a withered tree. Okay, that was the photograph. So the story I came up with is that this woman, when she was younger, had a bunch of friends. They came upon this magical tree, and they realized that every time you break a branch off, depending on the size of the branch you break off, you can make a wish and it comes true. And what ends up happening is that they see that this kid is being hit by his dad or something. So they say, oh, I wish his dad would die. And they're kids. So their wishes they're not thinking this through. Hey, Brennan, they're not thinking this through. They're just saying, oh, it's like, oh, his dad hit him, right? Like they make fun of this kid and they follow him home and they see that his dad hit him. So they're like, oh, I wish his dad was dead. So the dad just falls dead. But now that kid's traumatized. He's like, oh my God, my father just died, right? And they think, oh, we helped him, but they're kids. So, and as they do it, they start to realize that it starts to take a toll on them. Accidents happen. One of the kid breaks his arm. He's like, oh, what the heck? And the bigger the wish and the bigger the branch they break off, the more they're injured. So at the end, the very last thing is this old woman who's crippled, lost all her friends, is looking at that tree. They thought it was destroyed, but it's growing back. That's the story I came up with. Are you telling me the university professor created that?
No, but the person that took the photo did.
Right. Oh yeah. So whoever it was, right? So you're telling me that created, like, so what I just told you sounds pretty good, actually. I was very impressed with it.
Yeah, I'm thinking you should, do it again. Like, I think you should update that story.
I did. I called it, what did I call it? I actually have I did a treatment of it. Wishing tree? No. Maybe it was something generic like the wishing tree. I called it the Wish Kids. It's called the Wish Kids.
Okay.
The Wish Kids, that's what it's called. Yes. And I did do a very crummy ass version of it. So that was the story idea I came up. I didn't write the story though, like as what I just wrote it the way I explained it, because it's an hour long, or I don't know how long it is, that test. ChatGPT created it.
HAL 3000 or whatever it is.
HAL 9000.
HAL 9000, yeah. We'll take credit.
I love HAL 9000.
Yeah, me too. You know what? It's really interesting, because like I can see both sides. Like I get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's almost like why, like, there's certain ideas you just keep to yourself, right?
Right.
Because you're not quite sure, if I let this out, who's gonna develop it. Because technically it's your idea, but it's like, yeah, I've been thinking about a story about da-da-da-da-da-da. All they've taken is the story, the kernels of the story, and then it's kind of like first to the post, right? That's right.
The Expos, Montreal Expos.
Yep, I'm still sad they're not here anymore.
I'm wearing my Marvel buff, which is all Marvel characters, and Christopher Reeve support, of course, because but I created Christopher Reeve, so that's one thing that I do get credit for. So that's good.
Yeah, for sure.
I was trying to find the quote from Comics Journal where Stan Lee allegedly said that I can't find it, but he said that he just lets Jack Kirby come up with Fantastic Four stuff, and he doesn't really know what he's gonna get until he sees it, and from that everyone was like, oh, wait a minute. So does Jack Kirby just do everything and you just like put the word balloons on? That's always been my thing with Fantastic Four. Like, we've been doing these. The plotting of those when Jack Kirby was on it was obviously him telling the story. And it's a masterclass of cartooning anyways, of how you tell a story through paneling and action. So he was obviously driving the story at the time. After that, and we've talked about this, everyone seems to have aped that style, and especially with the science mysteries and things. That's totally in Fantastic Four as well. So
yeah, that's uniquely his thing. And I just watched a documentary on Fantastic Four fan made, I think, or something, and with clips. And again, Silver Surfer, that's completely 100% Kirby. Stanley didn't give him a prompt, didn't know it. He's like, why is this character here? What is this? That's completely.
But Stanley then attached a whole origin story that was never there. Before.
Correct.
And the whole and
he attached that.
Yeah. He's the guy. Like all his Norrin Rad stuff, like that's Stan Lee.
That is Stan Lee.
Yeah. But the character was created by Jack Kirby.
Yeah, so I would call that developing the character, right? Yeah. So like once Larry David left Seinfeld and it was co-created, the two of them, the rest of it was just being done by Seinfeld. And it's like, well, yeah, from that point on, it's just Jerry or whoever was. I haven't watched all of Seinfeld. I just know that happened or whatever. I've seen everything for Curb Your Enthusiasm. I've seen the first 5 seasons of Seinfeld. I'm watching it now kind of for the first time. But so I'm wondering when he leaves, how is that going to decrease, somehow decrease the quality or whatever. See, Silver Surfer, I still liked, even though, that his own solo series isn't Jack anymore. It's Stan Lee's writing, but it's really neat and I like it, but it is Stan. Like I can tell, right? I can tell a bit more. Kirby, you could tell Kirby. So we've done so many Kirby things now on the stream, and I don't care about anything other than the comic I'm reading. I don't know the credits. Like Steve knows all the artist names. You guys know all these names, Sean. I don't know anything. I only know the comic I'm reading. Hey, GT. You didn't miss it. We're still going. I don't know any of this stuff. I am the purest of the pure. I sit down and read the comic. Did I like this comic? Yes or no. Did I like the story? Yes or no. Do I like the characters? Yes or no. Do I like the art? Yes or no. That's it. I don't go back to see, who created this and then say, hey, this guy wrote this. I'm going to seek out his other writings. I don't see comics in that way. I see novels in that way. I see films in that way, directed by John Carpenter. Oh, I like this movie. John Carpenter. Okay, he made this other one. Oh, I like both of those. Okay. James Cameron. Who's this guy? Oh, yeah, okay. When you're a kid, you don't know, or when you're younger, there's no internet. Comics weren't like that for me, but now that they are, where we're doing the credits and stuff, I'm starting to see it's like, no, I can see it. You can see trends. We're reading it from number one. We're not coming back to it. We're reading it in order. Like we're 160 issues of Avengers and Fantastic Four, and Fantastic Four is way better. Like, sorry. Fantastic Four is like way the hell better than Avengers. And that's because the foundation of Kirby was so strong. It was so strong from the very beginning, 100 plus solid issues, which most of it is Jack Kirby, to then springboard from that. You have the blueprints. He set up the blueprints to continue. It's still cool. It's going to be cool for another 100
Franklin's
issues.
born in that run.
Franklin is born in that run.
Yeah.
That's going to continue on. There needs to be some sort of credit for someone who's dedicated so much time and energy into doing this, and as opposed to someone saying a bunch of words. Like, it's so difficult to create stuff. Like, I don't know. I think people need to do it more often. I think some people need to make their own prompts for themselves.
It's hard, man.
You know what I mean? Like you did a comic.
You know how hard it is, right? Sean, it's hard. And to not just create something, to make it not be dog shit. Right. And then it's popular. Hard. It does well too. Right. That's the home run. But before we go ahead, all right, we're like over an hour in.
Yeah.
Anyone who's in here, please like and subscribe to both JMan's show channel, Sean's channel, and my channel.
Too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just gonna add those to the chat.
Add your link too, and I'm gonna add it because I don't know if it's coming on to my side of the stream too. But let me get it on there.
Yeah, I'm actually putting mine in right now.
See, like I shared your link out to like Twitter and all that. Like I sent your channel's link, not my channel's link. But a lot of people, a lot of my subscribers just tune in anyways because they've got the notifications on, so they see I'm live. So you might be getting people, hopefully from me, and hopefully they're getting. So guys, make sure you subscribe to us, Steve, because I just put that in there. Yeah,
absolutely. So like all of our channels, subscribe, you make some comments, and the comments tonight are absolutely fantastic. This is kind of what we were hoping for, because There's a right answer, but there's no real right answer. If you understand what I mean.
There is no real answer. Yeah.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean that we can't keep, busting each other up. Henry here says, if you saw Jack Kirby's design for Spider-Man, Captain America with a web gun instead of a shield, consider Ditko the creator of Spider-Man. I will say that Ditko is a co-creator because there's still so many elements of Stan in there, right? Like he's the co-creator of Doctor Strange,
right,
as well too. And I saw a comment about Wally Wood. See if I can find it. And I think this one was by Henry as well too. Wally Wood was pissed off when he was doing Daredevil, wondering why the hell he wasn't getting paid for writing and plotting. But going back to the Blue Sky, and maybe I'll just pull it up because I think that works better instead of guessing. There was they actually showed how much money, like what Wally Wood's his rate was, and he was making good bank for back then. I think what happens is, and it comes down to the contract, and I think that's why the contracts are so important, especially nowadays. The contract almost works like being in a union. If I'm going to do something outside of the parameters of what you've hired me for, then pay me for it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's completely fair. Like, I think if you've been asked to draw this thing and then all of a sudden now you're plotting it, of course that's going to be arduous. And you're like, what the hell is going on here? Because then you're being almost taken advantage of. But as long as it's in your contract, and especially if you own the character, then rock and roll.
Yeah, but was the Marvel method impromptu and built outside those contracts? That's the thing. Like, it sounds like Wally Wood didn't know what the hell was happening at Marvel, and then he went in and it's like, oh, this is how you do things? Like we know now about the thing, but even we will debate the Marvel method till we're dead because it's and so you are plotting it basically, and then Stan Lee attaches his word balloons to it. Nowhere is that more clear than the early issues of Avengers. It's like everyone gets a word balloon for no reason.
Yep,
it's
big time.
It's there's a group shot and everyone has to say something stupid.
Right, and it's all the same thing. Wow, look how big he is. He's really tall. I wonder if I could take him. It's like he's handsome, and it's like,
yeah,
okay, I don't need the same thing. It's like Power Rangers. Everybody needs to equally say something.
Yeah. Ready to go. Yes.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. We're going to take him on. He's going down. You got no chance, right? It's like, okay, it's like,
okay, Stan, enough.
Yeah, thanks, Stan. I appreciate that. Yeah. No, but the real answer is, I have the real answer. The real answer is everyone got paid to do stuff. They got paid. So if Bill Finger got paid to walk around and help people develop things, then that's what he got paid for. Everyone got paid. That's it. They're angry about it and butthurt now because the characters meant something. When the characters were only successful in comic books only, well, that was in their field. So Stan and Jack and Ditko and all these guys got credit in their field, which was comics. Other comic creators were like, man, you've done fantastic work on that book. Dude, I did fantastic work. You've done amazing work on this book. Yeah. Well, Stan is, yeah. And, it's easy when Jack's drawing. Well, Ditko came up with some great ideas. Yeah. Roy's a great editor. I like Roy. I think he's great. I don't think he's that good. Here's where the problem came in outside of their field. Man on the street walking saying, that Wolverine, God damn, that's my favorite character, man. Yeah, Wolverine. And then it's like, who created that bastard? That guy. Oh, these guys? Well, these guys are badass mofos. They created Wolverine. And then some guy's like, well, no, I created Wolverine too. It's like, you did? But it doesn't say that on Wikipedia. Well, I was in the office and I came up with the prompt and I told them what to do. It's like, oh, well, that means you're badass too. See, within the field, within comic creators themselves, no one cared. It's like you got paid and you got recognition amongst your peers.
No, but the problem too is it's what you negotiate to. I think that's a part, and part of that
you got paid.
But part of that too. Well, no, the Marvel superheroes cartoon is Jack Kirby and Don Heck, but the problem is they never got paid for it. What happened was the animators just took those and then put them on a screen, so it's their work on a screen. But Jack Kirby has no idea that they're doing this show. It's just the company's making deals. And so he can't really negotiate because he has no clue what's going on.
Right.
Like Mego gets the rights to all the Marvel characters and makes dolls. Well, the creators don't know that. So you have to be on top of it. Like I'd imagine it was very frustrating at Marvel because they were making all these big deals and like all this merchandising and stuff. And there are even house ads for these things. It's like, I didn't get any of this money. What the hell's going on? Like, I made this character.
Right, but it depends what their contract was. They have to, they agreed to.
But that's the thing, you have to negotiate that. And you have to.
Right, so
what's happening.
Right, so 1 year after those cartoons come out, those guys go up and say, yo, there's cartoons. It's my work on there. What the heck? You need to pay me double the money or give me something for that. If you go back to wrestling, when those LJN rubber, the big rubber guys came out, Greg the Hammer Valentine was, he went in, he got a percent. He went in, he told this story. He went into Vince. He's like, Vince, he goes, I don't know about my matches. I think I'm going to let, I'm thinking of, I think we should do this. And Vince's like, oh yeah, by the way, here's your $250,000 check. He's like, what the hell is this for? It's like, that's for those stupid toys we sold to a bunch of dumbasses who bought them and they're not even posable. It's like, yeah, some bunch of dumbass kids bought these. This is my cut. Yeah. He's like, well, this is a great day. but Stan, like Jack didn't get that, right? But
yeah,
I mean, it went to Marvel, who is their employer. So they have to then see that it's like, okay, hold on a second. Superman is not just a comic strip character that a few people read. Superman is influencing things. He's becoming a pop culture icon. We need to renegotiate this. This is the McDonald's. You guys see the movie The Founder with Michael Keaton?
Yeah, it's great.
I've loved that movie. I've watched it like 4 times. Those guys were idiots. Listen, he came up to them and he's like, listen, I need a better cut. This is what Michael Keaton does in that movie. He comes in there and he says, listen, this McDonald's is getting big, man. Like, this is getting big deal. I'm doing a lot of work. I'm driving around doing all this shit. I gotta get paid more. And they're like, no, too bad. He's like, okay, F it. I'm going to nail you guys. And he did. I mean, one of Keaton's best roles. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Jack, as much as I love him, has to go back and say, listen, guys, like, this is bullshit. My comics are everywhere. They're on lunch boxes. Like, kids got t-shirts of it. There's cartoons going around now. People are saying, oh, I love that cartoon you drew. It's like, I think
the problem is that he did say something and they didn't do anything about it.
And they didn't do anything. Then he left. Yeah. It's his prerogative. He left.
Then he left, yes.
And then he left.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is that, I mean, look, that sucks for everybody and everyone's job. Your job above me, your job below me, and my job in the middle. It's the same thing. It's like, I do something good. They're like, oh, well, you got paid, didn't you? Like, what was that? That was in Mad Men. That's what the paycheck is for. Or what did he say?
Yeah. That's what the money's for.
That's what the money is for. We gave you money.
Yeah. We were talking about Wally Wood earlier. And so someone had mentioned that, Wally wasn't making any money, and Patch, going back to him again, appearances can be deceiving. In the 1950s, Wally Wood made $250 a page. That's equal to $3,000 a page now. Wow. And he was the highest paid comic book artist of that decade. And I think this kind of speaks to what we were talking about earlier, where it's like, it's almost like that walk of shame kind of thing, where you're okay with something until someone says, you should have made more, or you shouldn't have dated that girl, or whatever. Or someone gets into your ear and says, that's all you're making. Like, I remember famously, the NHL kept salaries really low. And why did they keep salaries low? This is back in like the original 6, because they didn't have a union yet. So players didn't know what they were making. Right. So they kept the salaries artificially low, because like you would have like a superstar like Gordie Howe or Maurice Richard would go in and he'd be basically negotiating against the owner and him and his perceived worth, as opposed to what his actual worth was. And it wasn't until players would start talking in the off season or on the train rides, it's like, how much you make? And it's like from other teams, well, I make this, what do you make? And then I think it was, not to go too much into a sports thing, but it's kind of like what you would like to have maybe in comics, because it's all work for hire. It's when Doug Harvey tried to get, and Ted Lindsay and those guys tried to get a players union, and then what's his name? Doug Harvey got blacklisted, and he kind of got, his career kind of went down after that. But it wasn't until then that then players knew, oh, so if player A is making this and I'm scoring 50 goals and I'm only making this amount,
I should get 5 times this guy's
I should
thing.
get five times that amount.
Right.
So like if I created Hawkeye, that's one thing. But if I created Spider-Man or co-created Spider-Man, that's completely different point scale.
Yeah, and see that's the thing. It's like as soon as you get into now, it's worth some money. That's why I say nobody cares about who created D-Man or whatever, right? Or whatever. Why would Thinner Agents are awesome? Oh yeah, Thinner Agents. I got those. Yeah, I haven't read them yet.
Yeah, for sure.
But
there's one comment here that I absolutely love, and it's like sometimes and this is by GT James. Sometimes the developed idea is more valuable than the created idea, and this is huge because you know what? This is where patents come in. So I can come up with an idea, but it might be shitty execution, right? Someone else comes up, goes, oh, that's what the plans are? I didn't even think about that. Well, this is how we can make it better.
Right.
And they eat your lunch. So essentially, a lot of the stuff that we're talking about is we're talking about 50 years of R&D now. But let's just go back and say it's 1960. So we got 10 years of R&D on some of these characters. Wolverine is about the same thing because by the time he blew up, it was like 7 or 8 years after he appeared in the Hulk, and then he's part of the X-Men, and then he blows up because it's Claremont and Byrne adding all those layers to him. Man of Mystery, adamantium claws, doesn't know who he is, all that kind of stuff. That's what makes him kind of the icon we know now. You can argue that Denny O'Neill's and Neil Adams' Batman sets the stage for why the character's so popular. Yes, it was mad popular after the 60s show, and I don't think that 60s show gets enough love of popularizing that character.
Yeah. Oh, 100,000,000%.
Like without that character, there is no Batman of the 70s, Ra's al Ghul,
So yeah,
so go ahead.
No. Finish your point. Then I got a point on that. Yeah.
So like you like all of these are steps. It's like Jenga, right? These are all levels to get you into the clouds for these characters. Some of the missteps are for a time, right? Like I like Roger Moore's James Bonds. He's my favorite. I grew up with him. But as I got older, it's like, you know what I think? Like I love Sean Connery, but I think Timothy Dalton is more like what Ian Fleming was doing.
Yeah, there's a argument for that. Yeah.
Because the points, like everyone loves Daniel Craig's James Bond, but they were done in Craig's time, except you don't like them. But if you take a look at the elements of Craig's Bond, it's what Timothy Dalton was doing. It's just that time was the 80s. The 80s was like gloss and fun and whatever. So it doesn't hit. But if Batman wasn't that phenomenon, it wouldn't have mattered what Neil Adams and Danny O'Neill did, because you wouldn't have been able to ride that wave to make it.
Yeah, of course.
Developmentally, what it is now.
Yeah, like there's a Clayface movie coming out, and we were on a stream last night, and none of us knew whether it's a film or a TV series, a mini-series or a film. None of us could agree on which Clayface is in it. Right? We didn't even know which Clayface it is, and people in the chat are like, "Why are they making Clayface? What is that still happening? I thought that was fake." So everyone was confused. Now hold on a second. Why is Clayface not really around? Well, because he wasn't in Adam West. It's like nobody's confused on who Riddler is. Nobody's confused on like Penguin, right? Everyone knows Penguin.
I will throw out that you could say Egghead.
Egghead. I would say if you said who do you know more, Egghead, or something like, oh, of course, Egghead. That's Vincent Price.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So
there you go.
So that show, now again, but I do like the point of saying sometimes the developed thing is better. But if you kill the person if you go back in time and kill that person, that thing's not there, right? Like Star Wars is part everything. It's like Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon and Kurosawa flicks and whatever. So it's like, okay, I mean, but George Lucas put them together and created characters for them that were meshes of different things, and they kind of resemble other things, but they have their own spins and they're unique, and he created a world. That's it. Like he created Star Wars. And then even if you go back and say, yeah, well, he didn't direct the second movie and all that stuff. I know. But it's not like they said, okay, Luke, in this scene, I want you to go and kick that baby in its head. And George Lucas would have been like, no, that's not happening. It's like he's still there to give the say and the okay to all of that, right? All 4 clay faces. No. Okay, hold on. It could not be reached. Which of those 4 clay faces is in this movie? That is what you don't know. Maybe you do know. I don't. But we didn't know. We had to Google it live because we're idiots. It's like, first of all, what is this? We have to Google what the F is Clayface. It's like, it is a movie. Check. It's Matt Hagen. Spoilers.
It's so weird because on the stream that we had last night, because we're doing a 2026 preview, it came up and we're like, what? We didn't know. I go, is it in it's Matt Reeves's? Is it like it's in Matt Reeves's universe?
No,
like,
that was the other thing we couldn't agree on. It's not.
We still don't know. It's going to be Guns. It's in
Guns
universe.
world. Yeah.
So is it Creature Commandos then? Is it the Creature Commandos Clayface?
I don't know. Was he in Creature Commandos? I didn't watch it.
Yeah, he actually shows up in it. Yeah.
So it's got to be then.
So then obviously it's going to be that's going to be that version. But the point is that a bunch of comic nerds don't know, is it a movie or a show? Which Clayface are they adapting? Or is it a new Clayface that they're doing it? We don't even know what universe it's in. And these are supposedly the comic book nerds who really should understand this and know immediately. Like, the people are going to be coming to Sean and say, oh, Sean, I saw this Clayface thing. What's that about? And you're going to be like, I don't know. They're like, what do you mean you don't know? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what this is. It's like, it's just random crap. It's like, oh. And then they're going to just get discouraged. Like, I can tank people's hype very easily, or I can get them excited. This weekend, I forced 2 people to spend $60-$70 to buy movies that they've never seen. Sean and Charlie bought Jugger, and Charlie. Hold on a second. Charlie bought Jugger, which he hasn't seen in 100 million years, and he bought Flesh and Blood, which he's never seen. I convinced him to buy both, and here's the kicker: I've never seen Flesh and Blood. I convinced him to buy a movie that he's never seen, that I've never seen. But just my impression of what it is seems, I was like, Charlie, how bad could this be? It's Rutger Hauer, Paul Verhoeven directing. It's guaranteed. Look at the cover. It looks awesome. Just buy it. He's like, okay, I got both. I was like, good. And then I messaged Sean. I was like, Sean. And I took screenshots. Go buy this. And then Sean bought it. Because if I'm pumped up and I can get other people pumped up, they're going to get excited, but I can also tank it too. It's like, so you need me on your Jack Nicholson, you need me on that wall. You want me on that wall.
You take my every 2025, and you know what? You were right about everything.
Of course, I'm always right. Even when I'm left, I'm right.
When it comes to Superman, absolutely.
No, but I mean, no, it's just funny because I got 2 people to spend money on movies they haven't seen, right? Because just on the power of, they know that I'm not going to hype this up unless it's awesome, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, like, I don't know, like, it's brutal. I've seen Flesh and Blood, good movie, not as easy, not easy to watch. Oh, it'll be easy for me. I can watch Terrifier, with breakfast, so I can watch anything that's going to happen. I've watched all the Ilsa movies too, so you can Google those.
This one's for you, J-Man. You got to buy something you didn't buy.
No, I bought them. I also bought. I know. I ordered Flesh and Blood because I never saw it. I was like, I'm just gonna order that. So I just told Charlie to order the same thing I'm ordering, and then Sean needed a movie anyway. So it's like it was buy one get one free. So I only forced him to buy one thing, and they got a free one. So it wasn't that.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah, but it was like a 60 plus shipping. It's probably like $80 or something. So Sean spent $80 just based on a text, one text. I was like, here, buy this.
With great, 2 movies, pretty good.
For 2 movies, 2 4Ks that are exclusive.
Hey.
But anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
What other?
So I think we can probably put a bow on this and talk about some other stuff afterwards. But I think it moving forward, it's going to come down to contracts, and stated, because when you think about it, you go back to Marvel had just come out of being timely. Everyone's just trying to get this company to make money and want to create product. And then it's not until you find out, like Jed Clampett, I'm dating myself here, that there's oil in their hills.
Right.
And everyone goes, that's my backyard. That's my backyard.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And then now you have, some headbutting. Jennifer Jason Leigh. Love her from back in the day, man.
Yeah, she's awesome. I liked her in The Hitcher. And Rutger Hauer's in The Hitcher as well. So and he's in Flesh and Blood. So I guess that's see, I told you, I know that's a good movie. It's awesome. So Charlie bought 2 Rutger Hauer movies. In one, and the guy who wrote Jugger, the guy who wrote and directed Jugger, wrote Unforgiven. Clint Eastwood. He wrote Blade Runner for the screen. He didn't create Blade Runner. He wrote it for the screen. He also wrote Leviathan. He also wrote what was the other one he wrote? Like, it was another big movie that everybody knows. I can't think of it now. Anyways, so like this is like a pumped up thing. It's not just like some guy out of nowhere. But I can ask you, Steve, because you weren't on the stream last night because we were on a guest on our friends thing. What are you looking forward to more, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Oh God, that's tough.
We had an answer. We came up with the reasons why, but what do you think?
You know what? I want Street Fighter to do well.
That's
It's Street Fighter, because I think Mortal Kombat's had enough kicks at the can. They haven't been like incredibly terrible, right? They may have missed the mark, but I think Street Fighter, especially since they're embracing everything.
Yes, that's what we said.
Just bring it, man.
We're beating the car up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Like, come on, that's awesome. Yeah. Mortal Kombat, the previous the first Mortal Kombat movie ever from the 90s was awesome. And they understood it's Liu Kang's story, but Johnny Cage has to be a really cool character, and Sonya Blade needs to be in there. And those are the 3 characters we have to follow. And then after that, they lost their way. That last Mortal Kombat movie, there's no tournament. So it's like, but Mortal Kombat is the name of the tournament. So what is this? Street Fighter looks like all the characters are all going to do their goofy moves, and it's going to be awesome. And they threw that in where they're beating up the car.
Yeah.
We could do a James. I need to rewatch. So I saw the Timothy Dalton's. They're like my first James Bond movies, but everyone said they sucked at the time.
Because they scaled everything down. I'm telling you right now.
But they are good though.
They are good, and he is excellent.
Yeah, he's good.
Maybe I'm biased, but his last one,
License to Kill.
That's Miami Vice on steroids. It's like it's in Florida. You've got Robert Davi as the villain, who's amazing. He's got awesome. This line. Oh, he's got some lines in that movie. Felix Leiter gets absolutely ravaged by a shark. It's so good. And Bond is brutal. Like, Timothy Dalton is brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
And they're just mentioning Split Second. I have that, of course. So
yes.
There's probably a very good, like Steve messaged me, oh, how many times have you seen Hell Comes to Frogtown? I was like, not enough, but I own it, of course. And then it's just funny because you're like, yeah, I expect, like, Clobby tried to pull this. He's like, oh, I bet you. He goes, I bet you J-Man has it. It's like, what movie? What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, of course I have it. It's like, of course. It's like
I saw the clip and I'm like, J-Man either has this, has seen it multiple times.
Yeah, I've got it, and I have seen it, but I haven't watched it in quite a while. It's a DVD. It's not even a Blu-ray, so I should really get a better version of that.
Okay.
But I do like. I think Roger Moore. We have Roger Moore's autograph.
I love Roger Moore, man.
Yeah, my mom sent away for it during the Saint time. She loved the Saint, and so she sent out for a lot of autographs. Like, we have Doris Day, the Beatles. Unfortunately, a lot of them are auto pen because of just the time period. Like, I have all 4 Beatles on one picture, but it's auto pen.
Okay,
but it's auto. Hey. Stream idea, is auto pen really the real autograph? Because it is their autograph, but it's a thing recreating it. But I mean, the president of the United States uses auto pen. All of them have. So maybe it's official. But Roger Moore is kind of my favorite, without any passion, because I didn't care about James Bond until later. The first James Bond movie I saw in the theater was Casino Royale, the Daniel Craig.
You know, it's interesting because I think maybe For Your Eyes Only, one of the later ones, it might have been Moonraker, because I probably was too young to see Spy Who Loved Me.
Mm-hmm.
But Roger Moore's my favorite.
Yeah,
I will say that I can sit and watch his movies and enjoy him.
Yeah, for sure.
He doesn't have the best movies. He doesn't have the best movies. Like,
but For Your Eyes Only is a 10 out of 10 movie.
For Your Eyes Only is in my top 3.
Yeah,
if
easy.
not my favorite.
Yeah,
From Russian with Love is up there as well too.
I agree with that too.
And then the third one, it's hard. I can't. We can get into that at a stream. That's
We
another.
should do that because I like Thunderball and I like Majesty.
Thunderball, I love it. And you know why I like Thunderball is like every comic book I read.
Yes.
And all of the agents are in it. There's an underground lair. Red Skull could be coming out of that mountain.
The water, like the frogmen.
Yeah. And then he's got the mini helicopter, and the theme's in it a lot. Like it's a great.
It's a 10 out of 10.
The mini helicopter is in for You Only Live Twice.
Oh yeah. The jetpack Thunderball has the jetpack. Yeah. But I like Secret Service, Majesty's Secret Service, Honor Majesty's Secret Service. I love that movie.
Sure right now, I don't know if we've said this on a previous stream. Like Lazenby, you can like him or not, but that is the best movie.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If Sean Connery was in that movie,
that's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece of craziness.
11. That's a Spinal Tap. It's a Spinal Tap James Bond, and they can't make another one.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think that stream's just going to be us agreeing on everything because I agree with everything you're saying.
Not necessarily, because there's some movies that people like, and I'm like, I
like Moonraker.
Moonraker's fun as hell, man.
I like them all. Up till including Timothy Dalton, I pretty much like them all. And then Pierce Brosnan, I kind of like them all too. Because there was like people didn't like The World Is Not Enough, and I was like, I thought it was kind of good.
GoldenEye's great. I prefer The World Is Not Enough. Is that the one? No, Tomorrow Never Dies. Tomorrow Never Dies is my favorite.
I like it too. I like it. Right. I like him. I like all four of his. I don't know. He had a lot of damn good looking women in all of them, so I'll tell you that. So I like everything up to including Pierce Brosnan. I like all of it. It feels like it's fun, adventurous.
The last Pierce Brosnan is a hard watch, though.
No, I love it.
A holographic car. See, this
I love it. Yes, I love it.
When he's windsurfing on the Arctic tidal wave, I'm like, come on.
That was awesome.
It's fun. Yeah.
I love it. And I like the Madonna song in the beginning.
Madonna that movie is amazing.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Not a fan of Daniel Craig
yet. He gets captured and he's in prison.
That's cool. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. And Daniel Craig sucks. Yeah, everyone knows that's fake. That's the fake. That's where the fake James Bond started up. Casino Royale was like an okay movie, except for the last 25 minutes.
Was great. And then is it Skyfall with Javier Bardem? That one's good. And then the other ones are like they're meh. The last one, last one is terrible. It's the worst James Bond movie
ever. Yeah,
I would even watch the 1951 where he's an American.
Colors and all that. Yeah.
And I even watched the one with David Niven before I watched
Casino Royale, like the other Casino Royale. Yeah, I have that. Yeah, no, the last one sucks because it's just but you know what? Like, I think I liked Quantum of Solace the best because it was the shortest. I was like, hey, this is like a lot shorter.
You gotta take the challenge and watch that because, like, I remember being bored out of my gourd, and then
I've reversed. No, it's not. I've reversed my opinion on all of them. I thought Casino Royale was really good. Now I'm like, yeah, it's okay. And then I didn't like Quantum of Solace in the theater, but I'm like, I like that one. And then Skyfall's like, it's too long and I just don't care. And then the fourth one, I was like, why is it Austin Powers? I was like, it's the Austin Powers storyline of his brothers, Blofeld, which is stupid. And then the last one, he dies.
Spectre was terrible. Spectre and the last one are terrible.
Yeah, like, I don't know. He had good clothing. There's this YouTube channel I subscribe to where it's about James Bond's outfits. And I always get excited. I'm like, oh, I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm like, I'm gonna get the sweater that he wore. I was like, that was really cool. And then it's like $800. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get the sweater anymore.
I agree with could not be reached for further because I was arguing for a long time that the Bourne movies were better Bond movies.
Yeah, and I didn't like the Bourne movies that much. There was a couple of points in the Bourne movies where I could see I could see what was happening, and it wasn't like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like the entire movie's like this. I'm like, what is happening? Where do I look?
You gotta watch those movies and the first Transformers, Michael Bay movies, and your whole equilibrium would be scrambled. Because like I remember watching the first Transformers movie, and I'm like, I'm officially old. I can't tell who's the Decepticon. I can't tell who is. It's basically
it's Michael Bay.
Everybody's gray. Like every robot's gray, and I'm like, and then everything's jump cut, right? And I'm like, what is going on
here?
Yeah, like the thing with I know that Michael Bay they couldn't get the rights to some of the actual vehicles that the Transformers are based on, but you know what they could get the rights to is the colors.
Yeah.
Like, why can't Ironhide, instead of being okay? So
It's true, Vaughn. I am old and dusty.
I know Ironhide is not the right van, or they made him like an SUV or something. Yeah, but you couldn't make him a red SUV, like just so I could be like, oh, that's Ironhide. Like he's a black SUV. I'm like, who's that kid? Oh, that's Ironhide. I'm like, they couldn't make. Well, you see, J-Man, they couldn't get the right. So like, they can't do red. Like surely red is available. Like. It's like Bumblebee was yellow, and he wasn't the Beetle, or whatever, the Bug or whatever it is, Volkswagen. But okay, he was a yellow car at least. Like Optimus Prime could have just been red chest with blue legs. Like that is not impossible to get. And you couldn't have the red and blue on Starscream. Like I can't tell Starscream and Megatron. You know what? I'll tell you, to counter Vaughn's point for a second, I can tell who is who. I'm like pretty getting very versed. I have 70 Transformer figures. I did my list just because it's getting a bit out of hand, and I don't see it decreasing anytime soon because there's at least 13 I have to get this year. But anyways, I'm getting pretty good on Transformers, and I can tell in the Michael Bay movies, I can tell who's who. But why do I have to strain at it? I'm like, oh yeah, that was Starscream, that was Starscream. That like, why can't it just be obvious? They're visual. They're too complicated. You can't tell what's going on. Diaclone Ironhide was black.
Yeah, I mean, Robots in Disguise was black. They changed his color a lot.
But make it G1, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, who are you appealing this to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Diaclone. I mean, you're not going to make Grimlock blue and do Generation 2 Grimlock and have Slag green. Like, it's like all these weird colors.
Skeptic says apparently the thing with Ironhide was they had trouble with red on the cameras. They were
Lies.
That's why they suppressed Optimus's red after the first movie. It was fixed. Sad thing, though. It's funny, though. Every movie has muted colors. Like, there was an era of muted colors where everything was just toned down.
Yeah.
And Zack Snyder and Michael Bay were like the kings of it.
Oh yeah, like color grading to hell. It's like just everything looks like a smudge.
Yeah, like muddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like that. Like, I mean, these are the lies we were told. Bryan Singer, when he stepped up on the podium and told lies, like, is Wolverine going to be yellow? No, it doesn't come across looking good on film. What about the Bride when she wore Bruce Lee's?
What about Bruce Lee?
Yeah, right. What about Bruce Lee? He looked pretty cool, I thought.
Right.
And that poster is awesome too for that movie. But yeah, so I don't understand. That's such a lie. Now Wolverine's in yellow, and it looked pretty good to me. I saw it in the theater. I thought, hey, that doesn't look like crap like the way that they're saying it does. Deadpool was bright red, right? And like, I mean, I don't understand. He's red. Superman, our buddy Chris, was
didn't want
red.
to do it, right?
They just didn't want to do it. Exactly. It's fake. It's fake.
Yeah.
Maybe not breaking news for you guys, but Chris Claremont has confirmed that Famke Janssen will be back in Avengers Doomsday. So we will get Jean Grey. Will we get her in the green outfit, though?
I don't know.
Well, are these characters coming back to die, though? I mean, I don't know why people are, like, excited. They're just going to see them die. And, like, Professor X will die again in Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, he keeps dying in all of these things.
I love, because on social media, there's, like, Tupac, like, it was in the comments, Tupac's ghost will show up in Avengers Doomsday. Everybody is coming back, right?
Yeah.
Well, I want Sophie Turner back as the real Jean Grey, not the fake.
Oh, have you seen the image of her as Tomb Raider?
Tomb Raider? Yeah, it's exact.
She looks great.
It's exactly Tomb Raider, except people are still angry. It's like, I don't understand what you want. You're never
going to please everybody, but
it's exact. Maybe if the movie sucks or if the show sucks, then that's a different matter. But the visual image of her looks exactly like Tomb Raider, even the glasses.
Oh yeah.
She even has the round red glasses from that Tomb Raider game.
I'm gonna pull it up. She looks great, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
that's exactly it. That looks almost looks fake. You're like, that's not going to be it. I guarantee you that's not going to be it. So
here's the thing: a lot of people were like, "That's AI."
Right? They thought it was AI. Yeah.
It looks so good, and I'm not saying that AI is good, but it's like they never nail anything to look as accurate as this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So myself and comics is mentioning the top half, but I mean, I don't know. Like, it looks good to me. First of all, everyone knows I love Sophie Turner, and it's like I saw Dark Phoenix twice in the theater.
No, it's not the book thing, and we know what you mean. No, it's not that. No, it's just like when you think of like proportions, like the look, age, like everything. She looks like if she was a cosplayer, you go, you nailed it.
Yeah, that's exactly her. So I mean, I don't know what to say. And then some people are saying, "Oh, yeah, yeah." I mean, it's as accurate as you're going to get without. Yeah, so that's a different.
That's a
no, yeah, Vaughn, yeah,
totally.
What I'm saying, right. What I'm saying, when I first saw the not Christopher Reeve, Brandon Routh costume, so just like this, Brandon Routh first costume of Superman, I was like, that looks like trash. Like Brandon Routh, they had that promotional picture of him standing there. I was like, this looks terrible, right?
Myself in comics, that's Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones and
X-Men.
X-Men. She was Jean Grey.
Yeah, and many other movies or whatever. Yeah. Her latest movie is Trust, where it's like a thriller or something. But yeah, so yeah, if the acting's terrible, like some people don't think she's a great actress, well, I mean, that's fine. But I don't know what roles they're watching, like, because the ones I've seen, I think she's good. From Sophie as Laura Clark, Angelina got those right, yeah. But like, I mean, I like I don't know what you're like. It's like it looks pretty good to me. Let me sleep on it, and I'll get back to you. That was funny. Come on,
play on words, good one.
Yeah, personal trainer dream. Her. Have you seen? Hold on. Not our age. No.
No.
How old is myself? And she is 29. So, but no. I like if you look at her Instagram or whatever, she's working out and she's like ripped. Like she got like, and she just had a baby too. So it's like, or she had
a year or two or something ago. Right?
Yeah. So you're 30. So you're good. So you're good to go. Myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're all good, buddy. You're good. You're good. Well, I don't know what the math. You can do the math on it. It's like divide your age and then add 7 or something. I don't know. There's like some stupid math you can do.
But the thing about it is like you go back to like what Hemsworth and those guys have all done to prepare for roles. Except for the guy who was playing Hercules, who I like a lot in Ted Lasso. The whole and then Hugh Jackman, the regimen that he
Hugh Jackman is, and he's an older guy and he still looks goddamn like he's awesome. Yeah.
Diesel, right?
Yeah.
And so it's only like the Batistas where they've totally kind of transformed their body to not do those roles anymore. Right. So the way that Bautista has changed his body, you're not getting any more Drax Destroyers ever. Like they're going to recast him.
Yeah. Like, and what I like about this whole thing is that when I see the first image, I think it's just like Street Fighter. I think to myself, like, okay, that looks exactly like Lara Croft. So that's right there. I'm like, okay, let's see the next thing. Next thing is a teaser. Next thing is a trailer. Next thing, then we go that way. I always start off with the first thing I see because they're like, here's this. I'm like, that looks positive. I'm in a positive mood. If the trailer comes out and it looks stupid, I'm like, now I'm in a negative mood, right? Like,
2 instances where they lost me. Josh Tranks's FF when I saw The Thing. I was like,
no shorts. Yeah.
It was like, good God, what is that? And then, because I'm a Spidey guy, Andrew Garfield's first Spidey when he had like the tracksuit kind of Spider-Man outfit.
Right.
I'm like, what is that? And so I love Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
I couldn't get past the costume. I was like, this is terrible. Like, it looks terrible. And then they fixed it for the second movie. And in my opinion,
that's the best
costume.
costume.
Is the best Spider-Man costume in live action.
Easy. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, like so Brandon Routh, Superman Returns. I saw that picture. I was like, oh God, this is not looking good.
With the tiny S and the tiny shorts.
Yeah, it's like his shorts were like a rectangle.
That was Bruce Wayne's version of the costume because he's obviously a smaller.
Yeah. So see, like I'm always I'm nice. I always follow Patrick Swayze and his guidance in Roadhouse, which is you're nice until it's time to not be nice. And then the guy says, "How do you know?" I was like, "I'll tell you." It's like, I'll tell you. So follow Roadhouse rules, baby. Roadhouse rules. Go by road. It's nice. So look, I saw this Tomb Raider picture. Like, looks good. I'm nice until it's time to not be nice. But it's Sophie Turner, which automatically means it's 10 out of 10. I don't care. So there's no point in really asking me about it because you're just gonna get frustrated. There's like certain things. It's like Van Damme. Every movie's the best. I don't care.
Oh my God! You know what we need to do for Circle of Iron?
Mhm.
I want to see the one when he's they're in the hockey arena.
Oh, I love Sudden Death. I have that on 4K.
Sudden Death. Yes.
Sudden Death, yeah.
Yeah.
Sudden Death is, oh my God.
First of all, when's the last time you saw the Sudden Death trailer? I saw it 5 minutes ago. I watch that trailer all the time. I love it.
I saw it earlier today.
Oh yeah, I
forgot the back kick. I forgot.
Yeah.
The back
that was bad.
hockey skate on.
Yeah, that was
like,
awesome.
Come on, man, he's dead.
He's dead. Yeah. No, but he goes, I know where the bombs are, so I know where you're going. Then come and get me, right? And it's like I'm gonna try to stop you. And then the guy's like, he's like, now listen, we're gonna play this by the numbers. She's like, what number was that? And it's like, and the music is super pumped up. It's like sudden death.
Is that like are you Republican or Democrat? He's like, I'm Canadian. Wasn't that movie too?
Oh,
I'm not sure.
It might be, but it's not in the trailer. I haven't seen the movie recently, but I've seen the trailer. Yeah, it's like he goes, dun, 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 he goes, he's got the vice president hostage in the owner's box, and he has my daughter too. Listen, if you're not gonna pay, say so. I'll get my daughter. Right? It's just a beautiful trailer. It's cut beautifully. It's not as good as Zorro. Mask of Zorro is the best trailer of all time. Because he makes her naked at the end. I'm like, she's naked. Like, this is the best movie. He makes Catherine.
It's not just one man. Damn it, it's Zorro.
Dude, like, yeah. He goes, it's only one man. Damn it, it's not just one man. It's Zorro. And then it's like he's jumping, and it's like, and the screen is getting cut. Like, wow.
He looks outside, the mountains on fire with the
That's when you embrace the cheesiness of the character.
Oh, I love that.
Right?
So I like both Zorro movies, the Antonio ones, but especially the first one.
And that's why I like the Phantom. I thought Billy Zane and the costume. So like I was thinking about it just a couple minutes ago, but like if I had to put in like the pantheon of comic book accurate movie costumes,
the Phantom's awesome.
The Phantom's up there. I would say Amazing Spider-Man 2. Is pretty amazing. I don't care what anyone else says. Chris Reeves, Superman, is phenomenal to this day, and no CG cape. All that stuff that you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't like CG cape. That's weird.
I hate CG capes. And Deadpool.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Pretty much nailed Deadpool. Right?
How about Rorschach? Would you count him?
Rorschach, yeah, I would count.
That's him. Exactly. I mean, that came out of the comic page.
Yeah,
Rocketeer.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good. I mean, Zorro's easy, but Zorro, yeah. I mean, like those guys, yeah. But no, I think like some of those guys are like just perfect. Powers Booth is awesome.
Booth, I love Powers Booth, man.
I know where the bombs are, so I know where you're going.
That's you know what though too. It just reminded me of Hard Target.
I love Hard Target. That's the best trailer. I have that trailer.
You tell me.
Oh,
he had the best lines, man.
Yeah, he goes. But the opposition is about to get one last chance, and then he comes in and it's like, he goes, "What kind of a name is Chance? My mama took one." And it's like Jean-Claude Van Damme is the hard target. It's like Born on the Bayou is playing in the background.
You know what? Not to be too much of an old head, and yes, Vaughn, I am dusty and old, but I miss the In a World guy who would actually give you voiceover in trailers.
I like that guy a lot.
Oh man, he made trailers stand out. It was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
Mask of Zorro is great because the other two main characters are played. Oh yes, RR is the Welsh. He's the Welsh booster for sure.
No, but the Phantom trailer.
Phil Owens, I agree with you. Not necessarily like the Batman. All the costumes are great, but I thought that Robin's costume is hands down.
That's my favorite. Yeah,
one of the if not top one or two. like
Yeah.
nailing exactly what's in the book.
Yeah, Christopher Reeve is number one. Robin's number two. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
As a kid, I love Robin. He's exactly the superpowers toy. I have my childhood. I sold my childhood superpower toys because they were busted up. I kept my childhood Robin because it was given to me as a gift by this kid who went to the gas station and he knew I liked Robin. His name was Andrew, and he went. We were little kids. He was at the gas station. The next day at school, he gave it to me. He's like, "Hey, I know you really like Robin. I got you the superpowers. I still have it to this day from kinder or whenever it came out. Like." Whatever grade
What was
1
that,
or 2 or
84?
whatever.
84, I think.
So how old I was born in 77. How old are you in kindergarten? Like
You're 6.
5.
5 or 6.
5 or 6. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
like grade 1 or 2 or whatever. Whenever they came out, I still have that one next to my autographed picture, my autographed Burt Ward. I love that Robin particularly.
Oh,
No, but
gas
the
station figures, man.
the gas station, it was because it was on the smaller card,
Yeah,
was
the thin card. Yeah.
the thin card. I remember
right.
that. But the Phantom trailer, I have a watch later. I have your watch later list on YouTube. My watch later list is all trailers, and I've got the Phantom on there.
Nice.
But I was telling Sean yesterday too, the best part in the Phantom is because where Treat Williams is there, and then James Remar comes. He's like, "Oh, we know the Phantom and all that." He's like, "Well, what are we going to do about it, man?" And Treat Williams is like, "Nothing. We're going to do nothing." He's like, "Why would I care about some folk hero on another continent away or whatever?" And then it cuts, and then Billy Zane is coming out of the cabin. He's there. You're like, "Oh shit, he's right there. He's right there. He's going to get you." It's just so pumped up. Like that is such an and I watched it on VHS 4,000 times. Then when I got the DVD, then I covered Wonder Woman.
Yeah, of course.
Right there.
Yeah,
And I've got her autograph too.
for sure. That's again like top. That's what maybe Mount Rushmore if you want.
That's Mount Rushmore, yeah. But his I never noticed his outfit was a skull until DVD. That was one of the DVD. There's a
right.
few things. Remember in Temple of Doom, that guy was in the room while he's pacing back and forth, and he was
Yeah.
never caught that till DVD because you got the proper format of the widescreen and you could
I'll
see
give
it
you
clear.
when you finish talking about that.
Yeah,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead. Yeah,
I'm gonna give you one from Road Warrior.
yeah. Go ahead. You can do the
I've seen Warrior tons of times, and we're watching it at my buddy's place, and he got like an 80-inch television,
nice.
and there's this driving scene. And then you could see underneath him the actual stunt driver underneath the character driving the truck. It was
Oh my god.
where did he come from? It's like like when you laugh and you see like the boom mic,
Yeah.
in, like Black Dynamite and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This was like, has that guy always been there? How did we miss this all this time? But it's plain as day. You could see the stunt man. You know what? I'll see if I can find it while you guys are talking.
Okay. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, that's in
It's
my
like,
top 10 Road Warriors top 10.
I ruined Remo Williams for everyone because
Yes, you did ruin it.
yeah, the scene where the guy where he's showing off what he's learned and stuff, he's balancing on stuff, and there's a giant like rig you could see right at the top of the screen, like moving with him.
That was terrible. I know.
Yeah.
But Linda Carter for sure. I already covered all those on my channel, so Linda Carter's for sure. Yeah, Mount Rushmore would be Christopher Reeve, Linda Carter, Burt Ward for costume wise, and hero wise.
Yeah.
Fourth best costume. Let me look at what's on my shelf here.
I mean, for villains, a lot of the villains from Batman.
All the villains from Batman for sure.
Yeah.
But for heroes, I mean, like Supergirl, like Helen Slater. I mean, that's just Superman, right? Like, do we?
Yeah, I mean, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man costume was the best one.
Yes, I for sure agree with that. Yeah, those are probably the best ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that are seamless. Like if they, it's like when they made that Superboy comic that was based on the show.
Yes.
It was a Superboy comic. It wasn't like a TV Superboy, because the costume is the costume, right? Whereas they make that Superman and Lois comic tie-in, and it's like the muted colors, and there's like they represent the changes they made in the show. But if you were to do like like that Linda Carter comic that they made, it's Wonder Woman basically.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes, which I do have that. I do have those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones stuntman sitting in a chair in front of the truck. There's a 45 minutes of the Hulk TV show where he's gray and not green. I don't remember that. Did that air?
I don't remember that at all.
No, yeah.
Did that air on TV? Because I recently watched the first couple seasons of that. They may be they wanted him to be red. That was the producer's idea. Because when you get angry, you get red. It's like, okay, or you can make it green.
Either Kenneth Johnson or Harv Bennett. But like,
I feel like it's
God,
Kenneth Johnson, but
that would have been no, thank you. I wouldn't.
yeah.
See ya.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Nicholas
dumb.
Hammond claims that they're going to make a Hulk Spider-Man show, like a TV movie.
They're gonna talk.
But Spider-Man was going to be the black costume or whatever. That would have been awesome. I wouldn't watch the crap out of that.
Would that have been pre-Daredevil in the all-black costume with Street Hawk?
It was going to be.
actor who was
I
in
think it's
Street
like after the death of the Incredible, like he was going to come.
Oh,
back.
in the 90s or
Yeah.
something. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Because we're thinking of resurrecting him, but Bill Bixby had passed because he had cancer.
Yeah.
Why didn't they have Nicholas Hammond in that Spider-Man whatever the
Cross
third
universe?
movie? No,
I had
the third movie.
third movie.
That's
Far
because
From
he
Home or
didn't
whatever?
know who he was. Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't they have him?
They could've
Can you
had him in
imagine
it.
how awesome that would
would
have been?
amazing.
That would have been amazing, man. I like Nicholas Hammond a lot. I like him. He likes the character. He talks about it all the time in interviews. I've watched interviews
And
with him.
he's the blueprint for the 90s cartoon. If you look at the 90s Peter Parker,
Yeah, he
that's
looks
Nicholas
like
Hammond.
Yes, you're right. I never pieced that together.
Yeah, the hair, everything.
Yeah. Oh my God, I never pieced that together at all. That's crazy. Yes. Oh my God.
They
Yeah.
should have had him in. That's a big misstep.
Rebecca Romaines. Well, I was watching. I was watching. What was I watching today? Was it a little bit of the the Apocalypse X-Men, whatever it was called, X-Men Apocalypse?
Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
No, I think it was just called Apocalypse, or was it called Age of Apocalypse?
It might have been X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Anyways, I can't stand what's her face, Mystique. What's the actress? Jennifer Lawrence. But in the beginning, I was like, she's trying her best to sway me. You're really trying your best. I said, it's not going to work, but you're doing a good job. Like,
you know what? You know who gets honorable mention? David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury.
I like that.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that one.
that was good.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It was
Yeah.
was
fun, man.
neat.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It had a lot of stuff from the comics in it.
Mhm.
Due South.
Yeah, he always gets his man.
Yeah. Due South. You watch that show? It's a beauty.
I loved it. It was
Did you
good.
really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
was
watched
just-
every
Due
episode. man.
South was fun. That was back when like
Oh,
No, I didn't
gross.
watch that.
Yeah.
they were on CBS, I think, Sean. And it was
Yeah,
like in
and
prime
then
time.
they canceled it, and then they just continued it here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
Is that
It's
what's
like
her
it's like
name?
reboot.
No.
It's like they
Yeah.
canceled it in America, and then when we continued it, it was like
Yeah.
Mad Max or something. It was crazy. Yeah.
Oh, is there a dog in it?
What? And Due
Due
South?
South,
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This is Diefenbaker, I think, right?
Yeah,
So
no,
it was
pass.
something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Pass.
I haven't seen him in a minute, to be honest with you.
Michael Gross.
Yeah,
We saw him
Michael-
at. Oh, Michael Gross was at. Oh, yeah, you weren't there. Vaughn was there.
right.
He was at Niagara.
Oh,
Oh
really?
wow.
Yeah, he was at Niagara. Yeah, Steve met the other like our other buddy.
Yeah,
Steve
yeah.
met him and got his autograph. Vaughn, you weren't there though. Vaughn was there on that one.
Okay.
That was when Vaughn was there.
Nice. Nice.
He actually just said he would have done it. Of course he would have done it. He needs the money, but also he was in Tarantino's movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Which shockingly I haven't watched in about 3 months, which is the longest I've ever gone without watching it. I might watch it tonight. But yeah, he was in that. He was great in that. And Tarantino has reels of Spider-Man. So Nicholas Hammond's like, Tarantino invited me to his house. He has like a projector and he put Spider-Man on and we were watching Spider-Man in his private screening room. And he's telling me about this character and everything, like for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's awesome.
Nicholas Hammond is just because he's pumped up for it. I like guys where it's like, I like Spider-Man. It's great. It's like, yeah. And it's like, it's like,
He's a fan.
Tron Ares sucked. Yeah, we already talked about it. Did you see Tron Ares, guys? You haven't seen
Oh, it's terrible.
it. That was terrible. And then like the super evil corporation, which is going to make only weapons, and the super good corporation, which is going to make fruit. It's so stupid.
Like, and how do you waste Gillian Anderson? Like, seriously.
Yo, you weren't on that stream, right? Because dude, I said the exact wording you just said. whatever streamer I was like, they literally Jillian. I saw her name appear. I thought
You could have got anybody in that role.
anyone could have been in that role.
Like literally anybody. Me in a dress could have been in that role.
Yeah. When I saw her name, I thought, oh, she's gonna be a bitch. Like I thought she was gonna be like a really sexy kind of corporate bitch or something.
She's so good. It's like watch her British stuff. Watch her stuff on British TV. She's not Scully, man. She's got mad range.
Yeah, no. She was in Hannibal and all of that too. Like, so I thought she did nothing. And she's like, oh, you shouldn't do these bad things, woman. Get out of here. And then that other lady's like, oh, we only do good things. You make violent video games. Like, and she's like, and here's the other thing. She's like, I'm doing it for my sister. No. Remember Ninja Turtles when April? She's Channel 6 Eyewitness News, but she also has an antique store because that was her dad's antique store. She's like, well, I kind of keep it around for my dad to connect to my dad. That's doing it for your dad. If you're a big tech company and then you die and then you leave and then your friend has it or your sister or your brother has it, it's like, yeah, but they need to understand big tech. You can't just run it, oh, I'm running it for my sister. It's like, are you guys actually stupid? Like, this is the dumbest movie. And it's like, you can only last 29 minutes. Well, Cora didn't last 29 minutes. She was in Tron Legacy. They got out of the grid. They went and got dressed and got biker uniforms on, went and got their car out, their bike out, and they drove off in the sunset on their bike. Yeah. So wasn't that 29 minutes ago?
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love the fact that I know the orange tree and stuff was in the original movie too, but I don't think they're going to eat digitized fruit.
No.
It's like the stupidest thing ever.
So yeah, it's so ridiculous. So guys, we're gonna meet tomorrow, I guess, for FF.
Yep.
What issues are we looking at again? It's like one.
Oh wait, they're right here. 166, 167, 168, 169.
And I saw it earlier, but I didn't get a chance to start it. We get to see an amazing Vinnie Coletta inked issue, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh, is it? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna send you the link through Instagram, Steve, so you can have that.
No, I have it.
Oh, you have it? I gave it to you already? All right, cool.
Yeah, you did. Thanks.
I wasn't sure if I'd forget
today.
But yeah, like I mean, I've got where did I put my I don't know if we have. So this isn't artist edition. It's not artist because they're bigger. That like an artist edition is right there. You can see it, that the comments are covering, but that's okay. You can see it right there. But this one's like pretty big. I'm wondering if we have. It has a few full issues of Kirby. It won't have anything past 100 or whatever it was, but like you can see like the full.
Oh, that's
nice.
nice.
Awesome. So there is full stories on here. This was on sale for $60 on Amazon.ca. So I'm like, F it, gotta buy it right now. Because otherwise it's a bit expensive. But they've got every cover, and where they could, they gave you the whole issue.
And look how dense the artwork is in those panels.
Yeah, I know. This is before Vince Coletta came in. Like, look at that, man. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, it's just so awesome.
It's funny because I was not a Kirby fan growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I grew to appreciate him as I got older. Like, and I was drawing more and stuff. And I'm like, yeah. I get it. Totally. Because I'm more of like a John and Sal and John Byrne. Perez is probably up there in my, top 4, top 5.
Right.
And because I'm a huge Teen Titans fan and a huge Spider-Man fan, Romita is there.
Romita's got to be there, I think. Yeah. I have the Spider-Man. I have one of his volumes of the Spider-Man strips.
So do I. It's one with you have the strips, and I have an artist edition with. I think it's in the. 50s. It's got Mysterio. It's the one with Mysterio and stuff. It's really good.
I've got a couple in my cart that I might get. And there's a Spider-Man one coming out. But yeah, you can put us back to normal. I'm still full, so I'm.
Oh, you're done.
Full, yeah, I'm done. I mean, unless you want to sit here and go through everything that I have in my room.
No, I thought you were going to bring up more. It's all good.
No, I did find my one issue of Journey into Mystery.
Oh wow,
that's it. That's the only one. I think this is I gave away all. I only have 2 Thor comics. I had the first 40 issues of Volume 2, and I gave them to my employee, because he liked Thor, and they're not really worth anything. So this is the only comic of Thor I have. But I love Thor. We're going to be doing Thor comics after Avengers. We're going to be doing just Thor. So it'll be Mighty Mondays will be Thor. Because I've been so excited to read them. I thought, you know what, if I sit on them, because we're not going to go past like 300 or something on Avengers. Everyone is telling me after that it just kind of gets it gets boring.
300's a hard issue, man.
Should we continue after that, or is it
which one is the one with Miss Marvel, when Miss Marvel gets impregnated by her?
You'll have to tell me. I've not.
By her own
I
child.
remember. I know which one. I don't know.
I think it's either 200 or 300. I'm thinking it's 200. But man, it kind of goes sideways.
That's weird. Yeah. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. But then we'll do. We're gonna do. I think Infinity Gauntlet. Can we do special? Yeah. I'll do special episodes. We're gonna do Secret Wars. We'll do Infinity Gauntlet and all that. 200. Classic Comics is our guy who does. He's our guy who. He's our Avengers partner on the Mondays or whatever.
Right.
That's coming up. It's 197.
Yeah, you're almost there.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I think Perez draws it, and it's like, as a kid, I'm reading this, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's insensitive. Then they had to backtrack it a bit.
They had to. It's almost. Yeah, it's one of those ones, and there's a lot of issues like that. Even Teen Titans had a run like that, where it's like, Judas Contract, they kind of had to rewrite it because in the modern lens, it's not necessarily the best of story choices. But for me, Avengers is on fire when Korvac shows up.
Korvac Saga. Yeah, that's what Rob Liefeld says. He always says Korvac.
Korvac Saga.
When is that?
And oh gosh, it's after 200. It's not long after 200. If I'm not mistaken. And then when Count
167.
When Count Nefaria shows up. Count Nefaria, there's a two-parter. Oh my god, man.
So wait a minute. He comes back again. So wait, they're saying 197.
Yeah, 197 is the Miss Marvel thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was on the Korvac Saga. Yeah, and the other one you said, what was it? Oh, and Count Nefaria. Yeah, that's the other one that
Count Nefaria, man. Amazing.
Yeah, so that's all coming up. So Avengers, this next Avengers is 154, 155, and then there's a supervillain team up and an annual in there.
Yeah,
we're getting
some good ones. Getting up to some good ones, for sure.
And tomorrow we're doing Inhumans. And I don't know if when last time you watched or if you've seen
Inhumanoids is Saturday.
I'm sorry, Inhumanoids. That's on Saturday.
Yeah.
That cartoon is bonkers. Like we're gonna finish it in one stream, but we really needed 13 streams. If there's 13 episodes, and we needed 13.
You need one stream per episode.
Flint Dilly just doing whatever he wanted to do.
It's literally name something. I don't know. Zombies. It's in it. Name something. Mutated. Yeah, it's in it. Oh, okay. Wait, what is this about? I don't even know what it's about. All I know is that it's awesome.
Yeah. Is there's one of Matt Lauren, which is a big demon monster, wants a mate, and so he can animate statues, and he animates the Statue of Liberty, and the Statue of Liberty then nags him to death. It's just constantly you should get in shape, you should do all this stuff. He's like,
oh my god, it's just
he turns her back. Yeah, he turns her back into the Statue of Liberty, so basically kills her. And
no, dude. So the one monster can control statues. One monster can make zombies, and the other one can make mini versions of himself that he can control too. So, and that's just those monsters. Then there's rock people, which have a hierarchy within the rock people. Then there's tree people that have hierarchies in the tree people, and there's different kinds of guys within those factions. Then there's the humans, and each one of them has a different agenda. This character. Well, we'll talk about it on Saturday, but anyways, whatever. It's bonkers. So, you should see it. It's only 13 episodes for a reason, because
they ran out of drugs. That's what happened.
They certainly did. But I have a lot to say on it on Saturday. But tomorrow's Fantastic Four, and I just finished reading these, and they're awesome. Fantastic Four is just the best. I don't know what to tell you. It's awesome.
Yeah,
looking
a
good.
hulking thing. So yeah.
Hulking thing.
Can't go wrong. And RR is correct. The Nefaria issues were drawn by Byrne. I think inked by Pablo Marcos. He did a great job on Byrne stuff. But yeah, Avengers does pick up, and they have some pockets where they're absolutely dynamic. Like it's one of the signature books, and then it waxes and wanes depending on creative team, and also the lineup. The lineup goes a long way to determining what Avengers books are good or not.
They're getting really good now. And I don't know, watch Star Trek. I don't know who's seen what. I've seen every Star Trek show minimum 4 or 5 times minimum each. What else? Bonkers. You mean awesome? Is it? Yeah. RR's joining us, so we're gonna talk about it.
Nice.
I mean, we have to finish it in one stream because I've already have other things scheduled, so we're gonna do our best to finish it. Like I'm taking notes on this first episode, and I'm used to us doing Brave Star,
Right.
where I really need 2 lines.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what's the lesson? And 30-30 shoots the gun. And this one, I'm like, okay, I start writing stuff out. I'm like, holy shit, a lot happened in this episode. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then the next episode, I was like, wait a minute, a lot have happened, but different things happened. There's no tropiness to it. So I don't understand.
So I'll tell you a secret. I'll tell you 2 secrets. One, the show started as 15 7-minute shorts. So that's why each half-hour episode feels like a million things happen in it.
Yes.
Number 1. Number 2, did you recognize the celebrity voice?
No.
Dr. Bright, who's the smart guy, is Les Nessman.
What?
From on WKRP.
WKRP?
He did voice work. He did voice work for Sunbow.
I did not.
Yeah,
get
that's
it,
him.
no.
Wow. Okay.
So
Yeah,
well, I mean, I
it's
recognize.
a crazy cartoon, but yeah.
Yeah, I recognize the normal voices, like decompose. You can tell who everybody
Yeah, it's
is.
Chris
Right?
Latta and it's Michael Bell and all that.
Yeah, you can tell all those guys.
But the Les Nessman actor is that Dr. Bright. Yeah.
What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna look all this. I'm gonna read the Wikipedia. I didn't do any. I haven't seen this cartoon in a million years. I have some of the super books, the super story books. But I never.
No,
really
I've seen it a million times. Like I love the show. So yeah.
Chris Latta was in Roadhouse. So yeah, who was he? Yeah.
I don't know who he was in Roadhouse.
I don't know what your Spider-Man idea was, Skeptic. Whatever it is, I'm gonna quote Groucho Marx. Whatever it is, I'm against it. Even when you've changed it and rearranged it, I'm against it. Imagine Spider-Man. If I really talk about Spider-Man, no, I don't like it. I want normal Spider-Man. I want a Spider-Man movie where he's just normal Spider-Man. That's it. Here's the thing. I love Spider-Man 1. He's learning to be Spider-Man, so that's fine. But Spider-Man 2, he's losing his powers. Spider-Man 3, he's a black costume. Some of that. I just want, and then Amazing Spider-Man, he's learning again. Amazing Spider-Man 2, he's normal Spider-Man. Everyone likes him. The kids I was like, the costume looks good. This is going to be my best movie, except the movie sucks. Yeah. So it's like, I never, to this day, the best film is Spider-Man 2 because it's the best film. But I do not have one Spider-Man movie that I can watch over and over again endlessly, where he's already the character and just in the full costume and fighting a guy.
There's no flawless Spider-Man movie.
Right.
You know what? The best Spider-Man movie isn't even live action.
Well, I don't like, if you're going to say Spider-Verse, I don't like those.
They're the most fun.
I don't. It looks too choppy. Yeah, I saw it in the theater. I was like, why? Like, did they? I thought, maybe they. I don't want to say. Maybe they hired some people who, were very shaky. Maybe they hired a lot of old people to give them jobs. I'm like, why can't you animate this properly? And then I just didn't like it, and I don't like Miles Morales at all. I don't like him at all. He looks cool, but
you're gonna like him even less now because apparently he's going by the name of Spin. Like the.
Yeah. No, that is. Yeah, he is called Spin.
He's Spin now. It was that like one. The kid one, right?
The kid one. Yeah, he's
called now he's taking on. Apparently, he's taking on that name.
Right.
Huh.
In the main 616.
Good, because it's like,
That's
why is there 17? Why is there like so many? Because when they market it to kids are like, wait a minute, who's Spider-Man? Dad, which one of these is Spider-Man? I don't know, son. They're all Spider-Man. No, they're not all Spider-Man. So they're like, okay, we'll call this guy Spin. Fine, just call him Spin. But I don't like those movies. They also made 2099 a bad guy, and you have 4 million Spider-Man villains. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
No, it is choppy. It's like it's jerky and choppy. I thought the screen was messed up. I think Steve was like saying, "Oh, guys, what's going on?" It's like this is really messing with me. Like I think he couldn't. Not this Steve. The our Steve was like, saying, "I can't watch
yeah, we
it."
saw it together. Yeah.
Oh, it's like that Pokemon movie where everyone, because of
Yeah,
all
the
the flashing lights, they had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I had to go to the hospital after Blair Witch because it sucks so bad.
Yeah.
Spider-Verse sucks. Yeah, I don't like it. I still bought it on 4K, but
Yeah, like for me, Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Spider-Man movie.
yeah,
But there's something about Spider-Verse where it's like I can just sit there and I can watch it. And I think because it's not Parker and it's not that kind of a universe,
right.
I can let go of all the stuff they do that's bad with Peter, right? Because I'm normally complaining about something, or they're doing the villain bad or something.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, a lot of people, I'm in the minority. Well, Sean and I are in the super minority for Spider-Verse. Everyone super loves it.
It's only the first one. I didn't like the second one.
Yeah. The second one I had story problems with.
Oh, completely.
Yeah. My wife liked the first one as well. Didn't like the second. It was too long. And it was long. The second one was long for a cartoon. I'm like, yeah. The whole first half an hour was just the same. It was repeat. Oh, he's not doing well because he's out doing Spider-Man. So I was like, but we already saw all this. I did like the Prowler. I thought the Prowler looked really cool, and I bought the toys. I bought all the Prowler toys from that movie because I thought he looked really neat.
You have myself in comics, yeah, and it's only part 1, and I think part 2 is coming out in like a couple of years because they got to animate it.
Yes, you're right. It was a to be continued or whatever. Yes.
It's the Avatar of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, come on, guys. Like it's a cartoon. Make it short and sweet. He fights a bunch of guys. My niece and nephew want to watch it, but they don't want to sit they can't sit for 3 hours and figure this shit out. By the time it's over, it's like Memento. They're going to forget how it started. You're like, well, how did this start? It's like, why are you asking me? I don't know. Spider-Man did something like, I don't know.
Yeah, they did leave it on a cliffhanger. Well, with that,
yeah, we'll leave you on a cliffhanger.
Exactly. I want to thank everyone who was in the comments and watched the stream. Thanks for liking and all the participation tonight. It was amazing. I want to thank Wilson and Vaughn for chiming in earlier and contributing to the conversation. And JMan and Sean, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Be here for FF, everybody. Thanks again. And if you're in Southern Ontario, stay home and stay safe because the snow is brutal. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.